And I'm not in there, so because I can go on here. So we're live. Hello.
Hello.
Camille is working on her hexacardy, and I am starting this.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that.
So everywhere it's white will be, it's going to start dark yellow and then down. So this corner will be, this corner will be dark yellow. This corner will be light yellow.
Oh, that'll be cool.
It'll be really pretty.
I like it.
I got to color control a little bit when I get to where I, like here where I split and I'm doing 2 skeins on each side, because I'll have to figure out how far I need to go ish, unless it hasn't color changed enough. If it hasn't color changed enough, I'm not going to worry about it. Hello, Margaret.
Hey, Margaret. How are you? She's going to finish her diamond painting tonight. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She said she was going to work on it tonight and probably finish it. Oh, there's Linda. Hey, Linda.
Hey,
How
Linda.
you doing?
I know you'll probably be popping back and forth. That's fine. Yeah, so I'm working on this. And the back where it's white is actually going to be this yellow, this Colorama halo that fades from dark to light.
Now, are you going to do that blue and green, just like the heart?
Kind of.
Kind of. What you going to do?
So the green is this.
Oh, I like that.
Stripey. Could give it some more texture.
I like it.
Of
course, I like it.
The ocean is like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that too.
That'll be like waves.
Yeah.
And then for Antarctica, down here at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to use this, which is, even though it's a different weight yarn.
That'll be cool.
I'll give it that different feel.
Yeah. I'm liking it.
It'll be, I think I turned off, oh, no, I must not have turned off some. I thought I turned off all the highs on Nightbot. Sorry.
Hi. Not tonight. I would just watch her replay. Linda says, "Oh, that's so sweet."
Oh, thank you. I'm hoping. I'm assuming I'm only going to get to yellow parts tonight. That's part of why I was like, I'll just take advantage. But yeah, Linda and Margaret. I'm not sure Margaret was in yet because her internet might have not been working. This is just my 2 favorite. I got 2 of each of these in my little yarn haul. And they're so pretty. And I've never had Knit Picks yarn. And this is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. I guess the nylon makes it stronger, even though I just literally pulled that off. That's a bad example. I guess that's what nylon's supposed to do. It's supposed to make it like a stronger.
Well, doesn't nylon make stuff more elastic?
More stretchy as well, yes.
Right on. I can't wait to see it.
So I need to do what Linda advised and put a stitch marker in the front here.
Do what Linda tells you for sure.
Yes, Linda knows.
She's our work mom.
Yes, my work mom.
Yeah.
She's still a little bit younger than my mom would be, but
yeah.
That's the turtle that my stepdaughter found on the floor the other day, and so I drop it. So that's probably how it ended up on the floor in the first place. So I put it on a light bulb thing and just made it a stitch marker.
I like it. I'm liking those. I'm glad you sent me those. I'm liking those stitch markers that have the dangly things on them because they close better and they stay on better. Now I don't like it if I'm having like switch out. Now I do for the I'll see you later alligator.
Right.
I like that because I don't mind fiddling with it there. But if I'm doing something smaller, I'm going to want the quick ones. But if I'm leaving a project for a minute, like putting it away for a few days or whatever, I like those dangly ones. They stay.
Yeah. Yes, they do. Yeah. You don't have to worry about them coming undone.
Right.
I am doing traditional double crochet on this one
Mm-hmm.
because I want to make sure it's kind of the size I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's close to square. It's 45 sideways and 51 up. So it's a little longer,
Mm-hmm.
but not much. And you know how the height of your double crochets kind of changes. Is that
Mm-hmm.
3? Yeah, it is. Didn't look like I had 3 there, but I do.
My granny clusters tend to be about a 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch, I've noticed.
Okay. And we've already determined your gauge is pretty accurate to a typical what's expected gauge.
Right. I
Loose.
mean, I guess I could measure, but I don't feel like I change that much as I go. Like sometimes I feel like I get a little looser, but for the most part I think I'm pretty consistent.
Nice.
Think.
Yeah, I can tell you I am not.
Uh-huh. Get looser. But I do feel like sometimes on some days I'm like extra tight or extra
Yeah.
tight. I think that's hilarious when we talk about it like that. Some days it's a little bit looser. Hey, kitty. What's that?
Oh, your
Kitty,
kitty. Yeah, my kitty's
kitty
she was
coming.
in here all day and now she's not in here. We're calling my girl cat Thor's girlfriend.
Well, this is Loki up here right
Oh,
now.
Loki's there now.
Uh-huh. Thor. I don't know where Thor's at.
Gosh, I
Oh,
cannot
Thor's.
believe how much smaller Loki is than Thor.
Uh-huh. No,
Holy
Loki's
mackerel.
Loki's the big one.
Loki's the big one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thor's the little one.
Okay.
Yeah, he is visibly smaller. Yeah. So
Yeah, it was
I'm pretty sure Thor was like the runt, right? He
yeah.
even meows like he's like, yeah.
He meows like a kitten. So does my big fat orange one.
Huh? What?
It's real runty.
Yeah, he meows real runty too. Like it's not just that it's soft. He's just like. But that cat, did I tell you that cat jumped up? He jumped all the way up to. Oh, you're frozen for a minute. Oh, now you're not.
Is it
Maybe
good
I
now?
just thought you were frozen and you were just being still. But
I was under the table
oh,
um, because I dropped my yarn. Because of course I did.
didn't
So
laugh.
that's probably what happened.
Get his butt facing me right now. Thor jumped all the way up to like a foot from the top of the door trying to get a gecko. I think I did say that on my live last night, but
A gecko.
it was
Yeah,
crazy.
we don't have too much of in the way of lizards around here. I mean,
Oh,
we do. We have some, but we do not have geckos. We're too dry.
this is just like too annoying. They're annoying. They like,
Yeah, I would
but
imagine.
the cats love them. Like
I
you'll
bet.
look over and there's like a tail hanging out of one of the cat's mouths.
So
Like,
a very very long time ago, I was dating this guy, and he had a salamander. That's a common creature around here. Hi, Bridget.
maybe she wants two boyfriends, Linda
Yes,
said.
yes, she can be a polygamist. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But we are talking about cats, just if anybody came in at that moment. But
Poor Bridget.
so I had this salamander, and then I got not these cats, but the previous cats I had to these two cats. And oh my gosh, that salamander knew he was driving them crazy in that glass case.
Uh-huh.
I had to keep the salamander for a little while,
Uh-huh.
because he was like moving or whatever. And anyway, that's yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, there's yeah. Some people you just date way longer than you should. We'll just say it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't realize till much later a lot of times.
Uh-huh. You think a lot of times I would think they were gonna they'll be They don't realize what they're doing. They'll change. No.
Right. No.
That's when you just go next.
Well,
Next.
one of the moments that was like, yeah, this is not going to work was when I don't remember the exact words, but it was something to the effect of, I don't really have anything to work on myself. I'm sorry. Really?
Uh-huh.
Everyone has lots to work on themselves.
Right.
Yeah, we're just not compatible.
He thought he was just perfect.
Yeah, Megan, you walked into us talking about cat breeding. Parakeet, I used to learn to be. Oh, that's cute. Yes, they can. Birds are so smart. They're so smart.
Learned how to meow like cats. Oh my gosh. That's pretty funny.
My dad had 2 parakeets and named them Fred and Ethel, from I Love Lucy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were cute. They were the green parakeets, the green color.
I have a big bird cage out here on the sunroom porch. I'd like to have birds, but we just never have gotten around to getting any. I thought about getting like a couple of parakeets. It's a big roomy cage that someone just put out. And we had talked about getting birds before, so Ryan picked it up and brought it home. It's nice. Somebody just threw it out. Like it looks brand new, I'll be real.
Thank you, Linda, so the yarn management and what I'm doing back here, is that what you're talking about? Or my yarn management?
Hey, Chuck.
The cat's crazy.
Welcome
Oh, yeah.
in.
Oh, hi, Chuck.
How you
I know
doing?
Chuck was there when I showed these yarns, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And sorry about that. That's an air freshener that just goes off randomly. So, but I actually have all of that yarn put away in its proper places.
That's awesome.
My yarn management's come a long way.
Right on.
And when you see tomorrow's, you'll be really impressed.
Ah.
I'm not done, but I'm close.
Yeah.
Almost have all the yarn out of all the boxes in proper places. Almost.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really happy because it was out of control.
So how was your party?
Oh, the murder party. Yes, the murder party was good times. However, it had so many puzzles. We were all so tired by the end. I think it ended up taking 2.5 to 3 hours to solve it all the way. They usually take about 2 hours, so it was
a longer one.
Oh my gosh, one of the ladies in the crochet group, she does it next level. So she has a 3-car garage. She turned their third part of the garage, like put a false wall or whatever, and a door that says murder room on it. And then they all go in there and there's a table and then they solve these murder mysteries. So we're going to swap murder mysteries.
Oh, was this your crochet group that you got together for this?
No. So I saw my crochet group yesterday as well. That was in the morning. That's at 10 a.m. at Panera Bread in Aurora, Colorado.
Right on.
Although that doesn't fully narrow it down. There's a lot. That's a pretty good drive for me too. But yeah, I told the whole story. I woke up late because I didn't hear my alarm, and yeah, it was a whole thing. But yes, I did make it to crochet group. It had been a while, and then I discovered I did not have the correct color yarn to actually put the name on the blanket, so it's still not done. But
what did you do?
Itching. Oh, so I did my mosaic. I did this.
Gotcha.
Which you saw that because I sent it to you.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just knock this out, then it's done. Now I can't obviously submit it until next month for
So who is this month? Rich Textures.
Rich Textures, yeah. Oh my gosh, Rich Textures has so many stitches. Like you could pick if you want to see, oh, I want to see a different kind of stitch. It's there. Man.
So I need to do Rich Textures. I think I have one thing. No, you can make entries to her if you don't have to start anew.
No, correct. You could have it from 2 years ago, as long as you have not submitted it before.
For her.
Yes.
I actually have another. I have one that I did for my yarn challenge.
There you go.
So I've got 2 entries because didn't we do something for Rich Textures already?
Like, was it the soap sack or was that
the soap sack?
The soap sack was next month, or was that this month?
That was.
I can't remember.
Who's this month? Rich Textures? No. I'm confused now.
I can't remember. Was the soap sack for next month? Oh, no, the mosaics for Nastasia next month. Rich Textures was the soap sack.
For this month.
For this month. And my husband uses bar soap, and he seems to be going through it really fast. So I think I'm going to make him a soap sack.
Yeah.
And see if it helps.
See if he likes it.
Yeah.
So I need to do one more for her. If I want 3 entries.
Right.
Because I already have one. So that's cool.
Right. So yeah, I love that you can, if you have done stuff before, you can submit it. I think that's I had done that for Fiber Spider and for Bag a Day. I don't think I did anything new for either of those people. Rich Textures. And to address Megan's question, what am I going to do with yarn management once everything is out of the boxes and in the appropriate places? I'm going to have to start taking care of all my scraps. So I might make scrap cakes. I don't know. There's way too many scraps around. So
plus you're going to mess it up some more along the way.
Right. Right. That's my video Thursday will be like, I'm going to actually have a tackle it on Tuesday and a tackle it on Thursday. Because while I was cleaning that spare bedroom, which you'll all see you'll partially see it tomorrow in my yarn management, and then then it'll be done on Tuesday. However, the amount of project bags that I had buried in that room is ridiculous.
Did they have projects in them?
Some of them had they were projects that I had finished, so they were partial skeins and stuff. So I had to put all that away. And then now I have all these project bags I can use, which this was one of them. The project bag I'm using for this, because I knew I needed a lot of different yarn. So this is a really good project bag.
Yeah.
It has the side pockets, and then you can unzip that, and it's a hook storage.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the hooks can go there, or your notions can go there. I will do that if I want to make sure that the right hook stays with the right project. Because we've all done what Lori did. She grabbed the wrong hook, right? And did the other side of her hexagon and had to figure out how to manipulate it.
Yeah. I had to go watch my video, one of my videos last night, to make sure I was using the right hook for this project.
That's fair. I would have had to check that too. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was right, but I didn't want to keep going before I checked it. So. Right.
I'm hoping this all stays. Oh, and Chuck, this is what I'm working on. The white will be yellow. That's what this is. And it'll go from dark yellow in this corner up to, this corner, and then it'll go to light yellow. But this one's going to go a lot faster because I won't start over it, because I was very conscientious about the graph grid this time.
Yeah.
Unlike the sleeping bear that I modified. If I just used her graph, I would have been fine. And there's a blanket that I'll need to do by July. So probably by beginning of July is my goal.
Mm-hmm.
The baby's not born due till the end of July, but
Gotcha.
They said they're doing like animals themes, so I might do some of those like blocks where you corner to corner blocks where you connect them, just depending on how big that sleeping bear graph is. I feel like it's kind of small, and that's why I think I was trying to mess with it, but I should have just left it alone. It's a good pattern on its own. Just don't mess with it. This one, I had seen a picture and then I kind of created it from there.
Mm-hmm. So you've seen a corner to corner done similar to that?
No, I saw an actual image, a picture, somebody's art. I've never seen a blanket like this in ever.
Yeah, that's
Not
cool.
to say there isn't one out there, but
right.
As we know, my last work at home. Yeah, see, backpacks are good project bags too. I hope this is showing all the chat. I can never tell.
It seems like it's I have top messages on, but it seems like it's flowing good.
Okay.
I get nervous if it stops now because of that time where people were talking to me and I thought no one was.
Right. Oh my gosh, when I first went live, because again, it was a random pop-up and it's not like I do that basically ever. And except for with my nails, right? So this was different. But one lady did pop in there and she goes, "Oh, you crochet too." And so so it, going that time of day, it was almost 11 a.m. here.
Yeah.
Is such a different time than I'm ever on.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So it was good. And then I don't have a video to edit. It's done.
That's cool. Yeah. The last two videos I made, I barely edited. I didn't even edit the one where I showed my prize from Armchair Chef, but
yeah.
And then the one before that, or maybe it was after it, the yarn one where I showed off the halo that I bought, I barely edited it. I only edited it to add something that I forgot to say while I was doing the original video.
Those are my favorite. Oh, you liked the surprise live. Good, Linda. I was glad you were there. I was like, yay, Linda's here. So, and it's such, I mean, I got yarn. I did get a skein or a ball. I don't know what it's considered. When they're this size, are they balls or are they skeins? These are skeins, right? Still?
I say call it what you want.
Yeah. I don't know what's the quote unquote right way to say it, but I got a Barrico. And I've never had Barrico before.
Really?
So there was some kind of bougie-ish yarn. I mean, there was some hobby yarn in there too. Hobby, or whichever one it is.
I call it hobby, but I don't know I don't know what's right.
Yeah. So there was this is from Italy and was superwash wool. And then there was the sparkle yarn I showed you. And then there was yarn I've never had ever. Like I've heard these names, but I've never had these yarns. And then I got a bunch of baby Bernat Softy. So it's not a blanket yarn. It's a 3-weight yarn. And the navy blue was super soft. Like super soft. The light blue was soft, but not as soft as the navy, which was weird to me. But I know it has something to do with the dyeing process or something with different colors. But, but yeah, see, my chat is not moving.
The last thing I see is Linda saying, "I like your surprise."
Okay. So that's the same as I'm seeing. Okay. Okay. Hopefully Yeah, we're about to steal here. It's Nightbot still doing its thing.
Maybe they're crocheting.
Yeah, that's fine. I know Margaret's diamond painting.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks she might finish tonight, which would be so cool. Because I think it's just cool what she's working on too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't wait to see that one.
And then Chuck has been, I don't think she started on it yet, but I know she's using Stitch Fiddle to take a picture of, she's taking a picture of her dogs and turning it into a graph grid.
Ah.
And that's all I know about. I don't remember what Megan's working on. Megan, are you sewing this month? Oh yes, this is beeswax. So it kind of came apart. I have not had this happen before. This is Colorama Halo yarn. And it goes from a dark yellow to this very light, almost white yellow. And it used to be in this funny O form, and that's what's going on here. But beeswax, I don't know that beeswax is available anymore. But this was in my, it was so nice to know where my yarn was. Like, I was like, oh, I want to use that yarn for this project. Because originally I had an ice cream, not a roving, but a traditional ice cream yarn, but it was a 3-weight. And I just decided I wanted this yarn on the outside instead. So I'm like, well, I know where it is because I organized. I'm getting all close to being too organized.
Yeah.
I'll know where everything is. Except the wax.
If I get too organized, I don't know where anything's gone.
Right. I have to be, that's in part why I only do like one a week, like truly do one a week, because otherwise I'll be like, wait, where did I put all the wools? For example, now this I went ahead and put with the rainbow yarn instead of the wools, but it's on the same shelf, the rainbow and the wool, so that works for me. So, but we're getting there. The fact that I actually have it already all put away is astounding.
Yeah. Carla's here. Hey, Carla.
Hey, Carla. Hola.
Almost fully motivated to organize my yarn.
Yeah, there's pluses and minuses, Chuck. It's all of a sudden the reality of, oh my gosh, I have all this yarn. And then, but then like, oh, I forgot I had this yarn, or, oh, I wondered where that yarn was. And so it's kind of nice.
Yeah. I only have 4 places where my yarn can be, so.
Well, I have
3 of them are in this room.
Yeah, I have 2 rooms it could be in. But many places. I still have all of my variegated yarn. I think I'm going to separate that variegated and specifically Christmas yarn, because I have a lot of Christmas yarn. I think it's going to go in its own place.
Container.
Yeah. Oh, I better count these and mark it. I'll just keep going. Yellow. It'll be just all yellow. It'll be fine. But yeah, I don't feel as bad about, I was feeling kind of like, oh, I don't really need more yarn, but I was like, $50 for 61 skeins and partial skeins. And I did find, yeah, there were several wool content yarns in there. So those are more expensive yarns. And again, there's no way you're getting this less than $1, this sparkle yarn.
Right.
You're certainly not getting this Italian yarn for less than $1. So even though a couple of them were pretty small, that I think she counted as the 61, I think it was still a really good deal. I know I could not get that yarn for that amount now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Chuck. It's like when you're like, okay, I know I have a whip and I know I need to do it, work in progress. Well, I guess it's not currently in progress if I can't find it. I've been there too. I do have one whip that I still haven't worked on in a year.
It's a lip. It's lost in progress.
Yes, there you go. It's a lip. I love that. We've got heavy creams and we got lips.
Uh-huh. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yes.
You terrorizing the cats.
Yeah.
Well, I used to wonder how you could tell your cats apart, but now I can tell how you can tell your cats apart. There's size difference. Holy.
Thor's skinnier, and also he's got a darker stripe on his back than Loki does.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they sound different when they meow. And then also Thor tends to stay in the living room, whereas Loki tends to want to go in our bedroom.
Oh, okay. So Thor's the more social one?
I wouldn't say that.
No, not
Like
necessarily.
when it's nighttime, right?
Okay, got it.
Thor doesn't tend to go in our bedroom with us. Loki does. Loki wants to lay on me. Thor wants to be left alone, cuddled on a pillow or something in the living room. Every once in a while, Thor will come back in the bedroom and try to get on me also, but I think Loki's like,
Right.
That's my spot.
Yes. Every once in a while, there's a little bit of a cat fight at my feet for that reason. Most of the time, Big Fatty Flynn, he lays on hubby's side of the bed. But every once in a while, he wants to be on my side of the bed, and Missy gets very angry about that.
Yeah.
That's where she sleeps.
Yeah.
Slipped through. Let's try this again. So yeah, at the crochet group yesterday, I ended up showing a couple of people how to do corner to corner real quick. Like I'm like, this is the basics, just so you understand. It's literally chains and double crochets. That's it. And there are a million tutorials. You've seen it in person, so you kind of know about how to turn, because that's one of the bigger parts. I did not show them how to decrease because, again, it was just a quick lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Chasing. Oh, no. Yeah, they'll do that. My kitties don't ever go outside, so. One time, though, when my daughter was cat sitting when we were out of town, because my previous cats, I could let them out on the back porch and they wouldn't go anywhere. I'd just stay out there with them and then bring them back in. Well, these cats, she thought, oh, okay, I can let him out. Well, Orange Fatty pulled a literal Winnie the Pooh. So he went between the spindles of the railing and got his butt stuck. So his butt is up on the porch and he's just dangling there.
Oh, geez.
Like literal Winnie the Pooh in the Honey Tree. Like, oh my gosh, that cat, he's so funny. So but my daughter's phone wasn't on her, so she's like, I couldn't get it on video. But I think that's when we were in Disney World that happened. But yeah, it's funny cat.
Well, I'm still yawning. I've been yawning lately a lot. Did you start that?
I did. It's my fault. It's very contagious. So
went and played with my grandson's monster truck after I got off my live earlier. It's a pretty cool truck we got him.
Good.
He wouldn't. I sound like a kid out there with him. I kept trying to take the remote. I want to drive. And he wasn't having it. It's his birthday present. Nope. He kept saying, in a minute, in a minute. Somebody bought him a ukulele.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I want one.
My daughter taught herself to play the ukulele.
That's pretty cool.
She's very musically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
But she's only 5 foot, so her hands are even a little bit smaller than mine, but that's appropriate for somebody who's 5 foot.
Mm-hmm.
They're the right proportions on her.
Right.
Oh, that was funny. You know my cuckoo clock.
Uh-huh.
Everybody at the murder party was like, what is that? Because it echoes really funny in its position, so it sounds like it's in a different place than it actually is.
Oh yeah.
And the cat freaks out because the bird sounds real. It's like, dude, we've had it since Christmas. How are you not recognizing that that's the clock yet? But he's orange, and orange cats are not. They're sweet, but they are not bright.
Of course you want one. Yes, of course I do, Linda. I bought him not one kite, but 2, because one of those is Lolly's.
That's right.
He rolled his eyes. I said, when he got home, I said, I got you 2 kites because one of them's mine. And he's just like rolling his eyes at me.
That's so stressful, Chuck. That's always how it happens, right? It's never when you're like prepared or clothed or ready to go. You have to go chase down an animal.
That sucks.
So,
he's running down the road in your robe.
now, did somebody get that on their ring cam? Because I want to see that.
It is funny.
I might post a picture or a little bit of a thing I downloaded from our ring cam. So a few years back, we had every morning one of our carved pumpkins, part of it would be like pulled out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, what is going on? Is somebody messing with our pumpkins? A squirrel. And so you see the squirrel messing with the pumpkin on my ring. It's amazing.
That's cute.
I will probably post that.
Yeah, you should post that one. I would like to see that.
And I do have a little bit of video of my granddaughter trying to make a ball of yarn this week. She was not attentive to it this time. So
yeah. You just got to go with the flow with that,
right.
I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And she likes my 7 hook. It's a really long plastic hook. She likes it because it's green. Because, 3.
Right on.
3 years old. That's why she chose it. I want the green one. Sometimes she wants the blue one. There's a metal blue one that she wants because it's shiny and it's blue. But mostly she wants the green one. It's funny. It's cute. But
sprinkle some parsley on Camille. I don't get that. What does that mean?
So another thing that was funny about my granddaughter this week and the crochet, she went into my bag. So I have this bag that I bring every week or every time I babysit that has different snacks from me. They're Mima snacks. And that's where I keep the crochet stuff that I'm taking back and forth to her place. She reaches in, she pulls out the little bag I have it all in, and she goes, can we play crochet? It was so cute. That's
That's a
what we all do. We
that's
all
a
play. This is what we're doing together. We're
we're
playing
playing
crochet.
crochet. And you better be nice or I'm gonna take my yarn and go home. Right?
Right.
Oh, play crochet. That's adorable, Lori.
Yeah, it was so cute. So
Mm.
I'll definitely post that with it.
They ate every single apple on your tree.
Squirrels be obnoxious.
They can be.
They like to torment the neighbor's German Shepherd. They stand up in this tree just out of reach. I swear they are tormenting her. She's such a sweet doggy next door, but man, she is not happy when those squirrels are there tormenting her.
Yeah. We have squirrels, like quite a few, but we don't ever have them.
They don't eat your stuff?
I've never known because we have 3 peach trees, right?
Right.
Maybe we got enough, it doesn't matter. Like
Maybe that's why you don't notice. That's possible.
because we have 3 peach trees, so maybe we just don't even notice because there's peaches that fall to the ground and don't maybe they're eating that.
Right, because easy. Easy is better. They last year when we planted strawberries, I had to adjust where they were because the squirrels kept eating the strawberries as soon as they would start to turn red.
Huh.
So yeah. My granddaughter also very much likes squirrels. She tries to talk. She likes bugs and squirrels. My daughter is not a fan of these loves of my granddaughters. She's like, I'll just let her love them anyway. It's fine. Because those are things my daughter does not like squirrels. Not even a little bit. And I don't exactly know why she doesn't like them, but she's not a fan. But
crochet and knit around New Zealand. Trish is here.
Oh, hi, Trish. I watched a video earlier, or maybe I only got partway through. I definitely watched something of yours today. Was it you? Oh, I was watching your yarn haul. She had a big yarn haul too.
Ah, right on.
Am I remembering right, Trish? Please correct me if that's incorrect. That's what I remember. I watched enough of many videos. I don't know if I finished very many of them. I need to go back and watch the whole thing. I know yours was one I only got through part because I ended up doing some other things. Because I had to get myself together and go live, and then I had to tutor right after, so I had to clear the space and get the whiteboard desk ready, and I have to use this camera. Oh, you can't even see it, but the overhead camera, the webcam. But it's going really well. She's improved dramatically because she basically sounds like she went from a 35% to a 70%.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And the person I was tutoring in stats, she also managed to get a C in the class at the college level. So
yeah,
C's get degrees. It's all you need, but you can't get a D because D's don't count.
Please get thank you, Trish. I didn't know that you had to get a B or above for a master's degree.
Oh yeah, that is pretty standard. Yeah.
That made me think of it when you said C's get degrees. Hey, I've done real good about hydrating today.
Okay. Oh, so you gotta go.
I gotta go to the restroom.
Yes, bachelors. While you're walking away, I'll just say this: bachelors, you can get a C. Sometimes not in your major though. And so since masters are focused, You can't. It has to be or better. I'm having a ginger turmeric tea today. That is what's in that cup. It's very nice. Turmeric's a nice anti-inflammatory, natural anti-inflammatory. Use your stash. Okay, yeah. And rummage through the. Okay, I see. Okay. What video did you post today? Was that who was that? I thought it was you. Had to have been somebody else. Or you called it. No, you wouldn't have called it a yarn haul if it wasn't a yarn haul. That's all right. I just have to go back in and see what things I didn't finish. Go back in and watch. I was watching Mindy's CNY woman or something like that. Who's Mindy? Rose. Oh, wow. You're cruising, Bridget. How many do you have? How many rows? So you're on row 67. How many rows do you have altogether? Oh, yes. Because Moonrose said green, I'm going to say, remember tomorrow to wear green if you're in the U.S. because of St. Patrick's Day. I don't know that anywhere else does that, but here in the U.S., make sure you wear green. I'm wearing let me finish that stitch. I'm wearing the shirt that says this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, and it's a dumpster fire. So, yeah, going to let my dumpster fire shine. And when you see the video on Tuesday, you will appreciate what a dumpster fire it's been around here. It's not good, but it's great now. It's fantastic. And my hubby did a really nice thing and got me a spinning chair, like an office chair for this space. So even though it probably looks the same because I put this, it's an actual office chair that spins, because when I'm doing lives or whatever, I film this direction, so that's behind me. But when I'm doing my hands, it's over here. So now I can just turn the chair instead of having to pick up the chair and turn it. So it was very nice of him to do that. He ordered it all on his own and everything. Sorry about that.
What did you
All
get,
the
a chair?
obnoxious noises in this room. What's that?
You got a chair?
Yeah, he got, I literally just mentioned that as you sat down. So I'll stand up. So it's an office chair, so it spins.
I need a new chair. I think I would actually do more things at that desk if I had a chair that one. The one I have squeaks, and it's not very big, so I can't, like, I like to crisscross my legs.
Right.
And I can't do that in that chair. I'd fall out of it.
Right.
I'd like one like you have. I like that.
Yeah, and it just swivels, so I can, like I said, when I'm doing lives or videos, I face this direction so you can see all this stuff. But when I'm just doing my hands, it's on the desk, which is over here.
Yeah.
So, because I was literally having to pick up my chair and turn it, so I had back support.
Yeah.
I am not young.
Yeah. That looks like the chair I used to have that somebody, not my husband, somebody over there put it outside and didn't tell me they put my chair outside.
Oh,
and it got rained on.
Oh, yep.
And it was already old, but I
Right.
probably would have kept it longer had it not gotten rained on like that. It was like,
Sure.
it was torn up a little bit. So it was like, okay, I guess I'm done with this chair. But it was like my favorite swivel chair. And it had cushions on it like that when you have it.
Right. For those of you who came in later, this is what I'm working on. The background where it's white is actually going to be this yellow that fades from kind of this dark yellow all the way down to almost a white yellow, like barely yellow. That's what I'm working on. Camille, you want to show what you're working on? Just because a
I'm
couple people came in later. Yeah.
working on my hexacardy, my second side of my hexacardy. So it goes like this.
And the colors line up pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Your cakes were good that way.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, they seem to be very, very even with each other, each side.
That's good because that doesn't always happen.
Oh, it doesn't.
There are certain colorways. Oh, I'm going to mute for a moment.
Okay. Oh, kissy, kissy. I can't help it. I can't help but aggravate her. St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, right on. It will be pretty, Lori. Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous.
Okay.
Kissy,
Oh,
kissy.
thank you so much, Trish. Yeah, that is why I showed it. So I designed this myself on Stitch Fiddle. And so for those of you who might not have been on a live with me before, my husband works graveyards and he heads out on Sunday nights. So he works Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights, and he has to be there by 9. So he usually leaves an hour or an hour more, a little more than an hour before. He's always early. It's that military training in him. It's this day job or night job is not the military, but
can't help himself.
It's the military thing. If you're on time, you're actually late, kind of
Right.
thing. That's how they train them. So
if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah, right. There is no second place. But yeah. But I mean, it's part of why he's a good employee too.
Yeah.
You know. And just in case there's an issue on the road,
yeah,
accident or a slowdown or whatever.
Right.
Rarely at this time. It's on his way home in the morning because he gets off at 7 a.m. So that's where he sometimes will run into traffic. He always does GPS to figure out the right. Yeah, go ahead and lurk. Everybody's lurking and working. I'm good with that.
Hey, Thrifty.
Oh, Thrifty came in. Hi, Thrifty.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I remember Thrifty's name, or do we know Thrifty's name?
I always call them Thrifty. And you know, I need to stop doing this. I do this a lot. I assume people are women.
Thrifty's woman.
when they have, well, that one I know, but
yeah,
it's when they have, you know, it could be a guy's name, maybe.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, hey, girl. And it's like, they might not be hey, girl.
They might be okay with hey, girl, even if they're not hey, girl, but might not. So,
hey, boy. I don't know.
Hey, you.
Hey, y'all. I need to just say, hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good, very productive weekend.
There you go. Hey, boy. Hey, boy. Zach's here.
That's right. There you go. Hey, boy. Hey, Zach. Yeah, you two behaving in yourself. I don't know, Zach.
Define behaving.
You should have caught Camille's live earlier. Definitely not behaving there.
Not behaving.
This is what I'm working on, self-designed. The background is this yellow that's going to fade into a light yellow. But corner to corner.
My name is Rachel, Thrifty said. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will try to remember. You're gonna have to remind me multiple times, Rachel.
This is another reason, Camille, that I turned this desktop I put the whiteboard on the desktop because I can write that down right now.
I know, but I would end up erasing it with my arms or something.
I put something over it because yes, you're correct. So until I actually remember Thrifty is Rachel, I'm going to put this bag right here over that so it doesn't get erased. And
hey, Rachel.
This is part of my yarn haul today. For those of you that didn't catch that. Oh, so you're on 64 of 164? Oh. We're supposed to decide questions?
You two decide 8 or 10 questions to ask. To ask who? To ask each other?
You to ask us or us?
I
Give
thought you were asking me.
give us more guidance.
Be more clear.
Send us an email or give us guidance so we know what we're supposed to do. 1, 2. Okay. Oh, I need to count.
I hope y'all didn't hear my son. Oh my God.
A little bit, but not completely.
He's joking around, but he said something kind of inappropriate.
We've never said anything kind of inappropriate.
They'll just think he's talking about yarn.
We're old ladies talking about yarn. Yeah, that's the cover story.
That's a cover story, right? Get it? Cover story.
That's right. I would be wearing mine, but that sleeve, I've got to fix that sleeve. It's so blousy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to know too, Margaret. Yeah, I'm confused.
Are we asking the questions? I thought he was interviewing us.
That's what I thought. Okay, so we got.
I'll just come up with mine on the fly. How I always do.
I have to keep taking my glasses off to see this.
I should put my glasses on so I'm not looking down.
Oh yeah, you're
My
really
weirdo.
cool with special glasses.
My weird glasses. My weirdo glasses. I have to like think about it for a second. I feel like I'm like
Yeah, your brain has to recalibrate, right?
recalibrate.
So explain to everybody that maybe hasn't seen those what those are.
So these glasses will reflect down. You can't do it.
See, yeah.
Well, you can't really see, but they reflect
I just
down.
saw my face.
They've got mirrors, so they reflect down. So I put them on and I can keep my head straight without looking down. I'm seeing right here on my crochet stuff. I can see just by keeping my head straight. And I can actually see the chat now. It's harder to read. No, I'm interviewing you ladies, but do you want me to ask you 8 or 10 questions?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah. That's what you want to ask.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because I'll only be able to be on there, Zach, for like 45 minutes, and then I'll have to go get ready for my live and, walk away for a minute. Walk away from the screen and get ready for mine.
We have, an hour. So an hour, but you only have 45 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah.
Because I got to take a small break while I switch gears.
So something I didn't mention to you before that might be a factor. I'm just giving everybody a heads up right now because everybody involved is here. I think a part of this permanent crown broke.
Oh, no.
So they better gosh darn see me tomorrow. I'm like, you people.
I look like I'm wearing I look like I'm blind. I can see myself in the thing, like holding my head up real far. So you think you broke it?
Well, it looks different today and it feels different and it hurts a little bit over on the side where I had a problem in the first place.
Oh no.
I've been trying I called them, no call back. I went and sat in the office. Nobody helped me for half an hour. I'm like, I don't have time for this. And then, so now I'm going to call in the morning and say, you need to see me today and you need to look at this and figure out what's going on with it.
Uh-huh.
Because I have never in my life been to the dentist so much.
Mm-mm.
I'm with you, Bridget. Yeah, I know, right? It's so ridiculous. I'm with you, Bridget. It's too stressful to be late.
Mm-hmm.
And planning to be 15 minutes early gives you that little bit most of the time to kind of compensate for bad traffic.
See, now I'm the person, I will get to a place early, but then I'm going to sit in the car until it's time to go in.
Correct.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go sit in their waiting room for 15 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. Unless I have a crochet project with me, then maybe. But I don't typically wait in the lobby long enough to do that. I can't even think of
Mhm.
the last time I actually took a project inside.
That sounds like an I'm out of water meow. I thought that I checked them today, but maybe I didn't because that sounds like they they need some water. Except he might be looking for the lizard again.
He could be. He could be
'Cause
on the prowl.
he went right to the door, so maybe not. I'll have to remember to check that. Loki will let me know though. If Loki is out of food or water, he will swat at my leg.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it's kind of gotten to where, okay, well, he's just going to let me know because he's going to swat at my leg. He hasn't done that, so I don't know what that meow he just gave was about. But he's staring us down right now like he needs something. Uh,
6 crow. Okay.
have you analyzed when stuff is breaking on that crown? Like, is it at night or eating certain things or what? I did.
The first one, I don't know what it was. It didn't feel right from the time I left the dentist, that very first one. Then when I went in and got the very next day, the first time they were super responsive with the temporary crown. She went in, checked it, pulled it out, and she broke it, and then she figured out what the problem was and why it was like not right to begin with. Like part of it had to be filled more. So this feels like it's not seated properly. It feels like it's tilted forward a little bit because I can feel the ridge in the back. So I think like the side of it, like just, I don't know, probably just catching right. I don't know when it happened, but it started hurting last night. I mean, it's been bugging me for days.
That sucks.
Yeah. And I've been annoyed. I mean, I've always had pretty good luck with them. And so now I'm like, yeah, no, this is probably the last time I go to you guys after, after the year. I'm like, no, I'm going to find a new dentist because this is annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think either time it was directly related to eating. Now I do grind my teeth at night. I have medication for that because it's not just regular old teeth grinding. It's from something called, let's see if I can remember, oromandibular dystonia. Because it's like my body will just clench, stress out for, it could be day or night or, whatever. So I don't grind my teeth in the traditional way. It's more of a clench. So yeah.
See, I'm supposed to be wearing like a mouth guard thing at night because of that, but I don't know where that thing, I lost that years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly where mine was. Well, it won't fit now because I've had dental work, and that's what they say. And I'm like, ugh. And insurance doesn't cover it because dental insurance is a real joke.
Yeah.
It covers.
I think both dental and vision is a joke. Like, why even? Like, let's just get rid of it and see how that works. And, maybe we can end up getting rid of all insurance.
Well, I know my chiropractor doesn't do insurance, health insurance. He'll do auto insurance. So if you're in a car accident, because that's just an entirely different process. Because if you take health insurance, they set your prices.
Right.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it totally does, Linda. Looks like Mickey Mouse ears on your head. That's so funny.
I'll leave them on for you, Linda, so you can have a laugh.
Yeah, it's classic.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'll know tomorrow if they're gonna help me. I'm sure they will when I tell them, hey, I'm actually in pain now. They're in now. It looks different. It looks like a part might have broken off. Ugh,
Yes.
it's so annoying.
Michael's here. Hey, Michael, welcome in again.
Oh, hi, Michael.
I guess welcome into Lori's.
Yes, agreed, Michael. It should all be one thing, right?
Yeah. It should be one thing and it should not be connected to a job. That's what I have to say about that.
Right. It's right, Megan. That was the problem. It's like you got to make sure you get the right coverage for what you need. Implants, oof, that's a process. I worked with a guy that got an implant. That's a whole long process. Sort of like when my dad got a cochlear implant, obviously totally different things, because that's what they go in the side of your head because my dad was born completely deaf in his right ear. I guess his mom fell while she was pregnant, and it's like the way his head wedged or something. It's like, so he has no eardrum or anything in that side.
Oh,
so
goodness.
Nothing. But the cochlears, it completely bypasses that, but it's like this little round tube. Oh, see, that's annoying, Linda. I did not know that Medicare does not cover dental or vision. That's annoying.
No, and that's some BS. I'm just saying. That's some BS.
Right. Yeah. The system is very broken. Simply put. But yeah, my dad's cochlear, he who was it that I was watching? She was talking about how she had been deaf and she got cochlears, and she said almost the same thing as my dad, except my dad was like, what is that noise? And it was birds. He had never really heard birds chirp. He had hearing in one ear, most of his hearing in one ear, but it was like the pitch or something. So when he got the cochlears, it was, but that was a whole
crazy
process. It took months. And teeth implants are the same way. They take months.
That's crazy.
Between dental and health too. Yes, exactly. Yes, it's stupid. It's so stupid. The structures of it. Oh, it's so annoying. We'll get ranty over here. That stuff.
Yeah, don't get me going. Well, really, I guess we're both kind of the same way with that stuff, aren't we?
Yes.
Like Lori and I can go off on that.
Yes. We can rant together pretty well.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm just, hearing, like my husband, okay, this is actually a hilarious story. My husband thought that I had a hearing problem. And so we went in for the hearing test. And okay, you have to remember, my husband's from the UK. They speak very quietly.
Yeah, I would.
The lady that was about to do my evaluation, she said, I'm going to be honest with you, sir. I'm having difficulty hearing you.
Was your hearing fine?
My hearing was mostly fine. Yes. And now, since the migraines, I have supersonic hearing and I hate it. It's the worst. My students also didn't like it because I heard everything.
Welcome in, Michelle. Michelle's here.
Hi, Michelle M.
I'm glad to see you again more, Michelle.
Yes.
Things are going back to normal for you.
2L Michelle. How much longer are they? is the family staying with you.
That's true.
That's a pretty long recovery for her.
And none of that covers dental? That's
Yeah, most of the time
crazy.
it's not. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yes. Oh, VA doesn't even do it? Oh, geez. See, that's annoying. That's ridiculous. My dad and stepmother started when they went on Medicare. They started going to the university, the CU Anschutz is what it's called, their campus, and having the dental students do all the dental work because it was considerably more affordable and it's being supervised. So, they're not going to do a bad job.
Yeah, that terrifies me.
I'm kind of wishing I had done that instead of what I did. As much of a drama as I've had with it.
6 months for dental implants. And they placed it, then 6 months healed. 6 months to heal.
Yes. Yeah, it takes a long time. It's a long process.
Mom should get released, what? After the 25th.
Oh, good. Okay. So she'll be able to do stairs and is she allowed to pick him up? Probably not. I don't know. Different planned C-sections are a little bit different though. Because I had a friend that had an emergency one and it was rough. Like a true emergency, like scary emergency. But she and he were in the long run fine. But
see, I think my dad he's Vietnam vet, so he uses the VA, but I think my dad was saying that he just paid for some kind of plan through his dentist.
Oh, yes, you can do that. That's what I'm doing now. Because my dental insurance wasn't going to cover anything. So I bought a plan through, and we're not going to. Well, it depends on where we end up. But yeah, that's the way to do it. Just buy the plan through your dentist instead of bothering with regular dental insurance.
Oh, she's on a 10-pound weight restriction. Oh.
Okay, so she is on a weight restriction. Okay, that makes sense, and that'll probably be for a while, right? Because the baby's tiny, if I recall, not like scary tiny, but smaller than mine was.
What is left of those commercials?
24-hour implant. I have never seen those ads because that's ridiculous. That is some bull hockey. Everybody's saying bye to Moon. I missed it, but goodbye. Good night, Moon Rose.
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Moon. Exactly. So I bought the bilingual version for my grandson that's in LA. Because his father's originally from Mexico, and so he's being raised bilingual.
Yeah.
So I got that in the bilingual version. And the last time she was out to visit, she left it here. So it did get sent back to her recently, but
yeah,
because I didn't even realize it was still here, and then I came across it. See, my yarn management has been life management as well. Finding stuff in that spare room. I'm telling you, when you see my yarn management tomorrow, well, it's really the Tuesday video. You'll be like, that was a little rough, Lori. Yeah. It was. But yes, I think my yarn management will just shift into taking care of scraps and doing different stuff like that, I think.
Yeah.
Because presumably my yarn hauls are done for a long time, but I wasn't anticipating doing this one.
I just got the notice that my last payment's going to be coming out. You know, because I often will buy yarn and use the Klarna or whatever. Yeah. My last payment's coming out this week.
That's
For the
exciting.
last one I bought. You know what that means?
That means you have
That means I can
credit
do it.
available.
That means I can do it again.
Is Klarna a low interest or a no
It's a
interest?
no. Well, it depends. It depends on your credit. I'm lucky to get no interest. So no interest divided by 4. Well, it's how it works for me, but my daughter was saying it works different for her, but she, her credit's not established. But
Right.
for me, it's like no interest divided into 4 payments coming out every 2 weeks. You get a payment taken out.
I see.
So then it makes it not so, if you buy like, $150 worth of yarn
Right.
or so, or maybe 200 or you just divide it up. Doesn't
Yeah.
hurt you so bad.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember which one was my expensive one.
Mhm.
I think I still got more yarn from my $25 yarn haul, but I got more full skeins and some nice yarn from this yarn haul. That one was next door. This one was Facebook Marketplace. And
Mhm.
those of you who saw it, and again, these will be the examples. These yarns were in there. She said she was getting rid of it because she had tried amigurumi and she didn't like it, so she was just getting rid of all the yarn. But she had previously made blankets. It's like,
Mm.
you could have made hats. You could have made all right, that's fine with me.
I've noticed that with some people, right, that I've come across on this YouTube journey I'm on, is like there seems to be a lot of people that just make blankets.
Yeah. Oh, I should mention that my little discovery today. I went back, somewhat at the advice, well, pretty much at the advice of Camille. And because she's like, you need to show all of your blankets. Well, what I did is I went back to when I really started crocheting, which was February of 2021, because I was retired. It was before I had grandchildren, but my daughter had said they were going to start trying to have a family. So I'm like, okay, I need to learn how to crochet a blanket. I had very, very basic skills prior. I made kitchen scrubbies. That is it. So I went back and I found that in 2021, I made 21 items from February to December.
That's pretty cool.
3 of them were sweaters. 1 of them was a queen size blanket, which will probably be the only queen size blanket I ever make. And I was mind blown. No amigurumi yet, though. There's no amigurumi in that set because I didn't do that yet. So yeah, I was like really surprised. I was like, I guess for me that because I was learning on YouTube, I didn't think about, oh, well, I don't know how to make a sweater. No, I just followed somebody's tutorial. And yeah, it's wild. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So when you were learning, you didn't see the wearables. Okay. That's interesting. I did make 2 pillows too.
Lady I met yesterday just as granny squares. Huh. I'm starting to see Joanne yarn on Marketplace, big prices.
Yeah, I bet that's true. I bet that's true. Yep. I am not surprised, Linda. People are going to price gouge that stuff. They bought it at the super discounts. And now if you want it, you're going to have to pay dear. I'm like, I think they're probably not going to get what they think they're going to get.
No, I hope they get stuck with that yarn.
Right.
It's what you get for selfishness.
Right. I totally agree.
I hope they get stuck with it. Try to rip people. I mean, I guess you try to make a dime, then you try to make a dime, but oh my gosh.
But charging maybe what a regular price instead of the sale price you got it out. Okay, I might
I get
okay
that.
with that.
Price gouging,
But but price gouging, and I'm not even a little bit surprised people are pulling that shenanigans. That is just crazy. And so when did you learn, Megan? How long ago? Oh, you have to, okay. You have to, so you have to realize that was 10 years before YouTube existed. Okay, so I don't even know when YouTube started.
Well, I can tell you they were at least around in 2011.
And 2000, because I think Bag of Day Crystal said something about 2007. I think that's when she said she started. So early 2000s. But I didn't start like actually crocheting anything but those kitchen scrubbies until January of 2021.
Isn't it crazy? That's crazy to me that that's what you were doing, and
that I didn't even hesitate. Like I just was like, oh, okay, there's a tutorial. I can do this.
You're like a blanket goddess now. Lori the blanket goddess.
Look at that texture. Oh,
that's
I love
beautiful.
I love Colorama Halos so much.
YouTube started in 2005, Michael says.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. So like when I heard Crystal say 2007, I'm like, okay, I didn't know in perspective. So she was almost on from the get-go.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Wish I had found YouTube and thought about going on. I couldn't have done it back then, though. Like, well, 2005, if somebody would have said something nasty to me on YouTube, I would have like burst into tears and ran away. Whereas now I'm just like, whatever, like I can handle it now. I wouldn't have been able to handle it back then.
Yeah.
It would have freaked me out.
Yes, for sure. I also think like you found it in 2008. So you found it early on. I never would have thought of it for crocheting or crafts. I remember when I was using YouTube originally, it was, I need to fix this. That's what I would go into YouTube for.
See, I would go to YouTube to listen to music.
Oh, okay. See, we all found that in a totally different way. It's a very diverse platform in that way.
Like, oh, what's that song? And I would look it up and go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then it's like, also you could see videos like, we grew up with MTV, right? So, I mean, I'm assuming you did too.
Yep.
Well, I had to go to my friends to watch it because that's the devil's music.
Right. Actual MTV, when they did music videos on music video television.
I'd go to my friends and just like veg out on that stuff, right? So it's like now, then I would go, when YouTube came out, I would go like, because I wanted to see the music videos and stuff. You did YouTube for we've done YouTube like for gardening. We've done, I mean, I'll be real, like Ryan fixed that house next door by watching YouTube videos.
That's so cool.
Like he already had some experience with other stuff, but like if he didn't know how to do something, he'd watch all the YouTube videos he could find on it. He's like, well, this one's doing it this way, and all these are doing it this way, and so it's somewhere in between I'm gonna do it this way, and I think that's gonna work. And I mean, that house is cute that he fixed up.
Yeah. Is that the one that's rented out?
That's the next door where my daughter lives.
Oh, where your daughter is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't have a rental anymore.
That's right. Was Ryan your last renter? Am I remembering that right?
Yes.
Sorry. Secret.
Yes, Ryan was my last renter. Look, you made me turn red.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I love you. It's all right.
It wasn't too personal, I hope.
Yeah. He was the
I
last
mean,
Avenger.
I met my husband on Plenty of Fish, and believe me, that was an adventure. So
I should have charged him more rent because he was getting extras.
No, I should have been getting a discount.
You should be. What are you talking about? Getting a discount
on the rent.
because of what your service?
Yeah.
he needed to pay for the hooker, right? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh dear God!
Just kidding. Sorry. See, I put it in the label, shenanigans. I apologize to everyone for
I'm
my
blushing bad.
but I'm just talking about your crocheting.
No, that was fun. Yeah. And he was like, I don't want anyone written next door.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
how long has your daughter been there?
She's been here she lived with us for a year in this house while we fixed that up.
Okay. Ooh, that was a full house.
Yeah, my son was in the living room.
Yeah.
Like we moved his bed into the living room because it was literally a full house. And then they've been there, it was a year in January that she's in it. Is it right? Yeah, it's been a year in January since they've lived next door.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Michelle. And yeah, we get Camille and Lori after dark. We're sorry.
In my defense, I'm drinking coffee and I had put on my poncho.
Are you a little warm? Yes, you're just warm.
Y'all know I get hot when I drink my coffee.
We were just talking about crocheting. It's fine.
I did turn beet red though. That was funny. I think that's the first time you've ever embarrassed me.
I'm so sorry.
It's
So
okay.
sorry.
I'm not mad. It's all right. I'm not mad.
Yes, yes, it all works. It's all good. So how many people were able to fit, or are people still in progress? I know Linda is adding to her butterfly mosaic. How's everybody doing on their mosaic stuff? Or unknown at this point?
I'm finished with this one.
Okay, yeah. Look, it's so interesting. I mean, you can tell the pattern's the same, but those different yarns really gave it a different feel.
Yeah.
And I clearly have loose tension compared. I did do a single all the way around. Did you do that?
Yeah, and I didn't like how it kind of wonked it. Like when you do singles, so I'm doing basically I did one single per row.
Right.
Right. So it's like 2 turquoise, 2 color, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Is that how you did it? Or are you doing less? You don't know.
I probably did less.
Yours doesn't look as wonky as mine does on the edge.
I probably did less because I probably forgot that it was 2 rows per color. I'm pretty sure I forgot that. So I just kind of went where it looked right.
See how that goes out?
Right? Yeah.
It pulled it out. So I should have used less. I don't need a stitch per single crochet row, I don't think.
Right. On the it's the side that's the problem, right?
Yeah, it's the side that it made go out like that for both sides.
It's because
this one's not as bad. But
yeah. The width of a single crochet is different than its height. And I think that's some of what was going on there.
But it's weird how one side is way more curly than the other one.
Truth, Michael. Yeah.
At least he knew he wasn't broke. We were poor. We were poor when we first got married. We got married after we had been together for like 8 months.
Yeah. Well, when you're
We just knew.
when you're older, you know,
Yeah.
to some degree. I'm not saying you should jump headlong in, but you'd been through some stuff. You knew.
Yeah.
You knew that you knew.
I knew.
Yeah.
Smaller hook for the side. I didn't think about that.
Oh, that's a good idea, Linda. Or was it Linda? No, Michael.
Michael.
No. Okay, Michael. Yeah. Okay.
Do with the ends tomorrow.
Yeah, so Linda's almost done. She just doing little additions. But yes,
I need to think about that. I need to remember that if I do that again. I really got mad when that happened. It was like,
right, because it looked so clean before.
And I was just like so over it. I should have just pulled it. I guess I still could. I could still pull that out and do the edges. But I'm just going to end up using it for a dishcloth anyway. So
right,
it'll
doesn't
be
matter.
the fanciest damn dishcloth I've ever had in my kitchen.
It's still not. I mean, this one. Like, who would ever use that as a dishcloth? Like,
no one. I don't know. Maybe you should. Maybe you should break the rules and use the fancy thing for a dishcloth. We got married after 14 years of being together. Well, it didn't help.
Right.
It wasn't. Yeah, right.
Right. You had a delay that wasn't within your control.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad that's taken care of, at least for now.
Well, for now.
For now.
Might try to inset mosaic something small. Okay, Linda, let's do that. Let's try an inset. How about you pick the pattern?
Yeah, so how is inset different again? Is that you cut your yarn every row? Is that the difference?
No, I don't think that's
layers.
I think it has to do with going over, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't want to say, oh, that's it, because what if I'm wrong? But you know how you're going over for that dishcloth?
Yeah, the overlay. Yeah.
I think you don't do that for inset. It still makes the design. And I have a feeling it's like what you see.
The same on both sides then? Because obviously this is not the same on both sides.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could answer that question. Like, I don't really know.
Yeah, we're not sure. We're not fully sure what the difference is. Maybe somebody here can answer.
Oh. No, I haven't, Megan. I want to know. It's one of those things where I want to know so bad, and I've looked at stuff. I've tried to read stuff. Y'all know, my brain gets distracted sometimes, but it's like I don't want to watch video after video, and you might not answer my question, kind of thing. So then I try to read stuff about it. Well, then I get super annoyed with all the ads and the pop-ups, and I'm just like, I don't have time for this. I want to crochet. Right.
Maybe now that most of my yarn management is under control, I can actually get my crocheting done more efficiently, because it's been driving me crazy. I have not had enough crochet time.
Linda says she'll figure it out.
Thank you, Linda.
Sam says inset you don't cut. Inset works 2 rows of the same color each time.
Oh,
okay, so that means this is inset.
Yeah.
If that's true, this is inset and my other one's overlay.
I guess so.
I hope it's that easy.
And the overlay was the cutting it at the
cutting each time. That's what Sam is saying.
Okay. Yeah, I knew I'd be able to work on this without too much trouble.
I'm just giving you a warning, Lori. It's 9:33, so I'm going to have
10 minutes.
Go in like 10 minutes, maybe even a little sooner.
Okay.
Depends on when he comes out here and says he's ready.
That's fine, because I'll still be, I don't know if you can see that. I'm right there. I still have all those
Yeah.
rows to do.
And I mean, if you're still on when I get back, I'll come back and join you if you want, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I probably won't, because I
Okay.
did not sleep all that well last night. How long are you gone for? About
20-ish, 20, 25 minutes.
and
Around.
it's
Yeah.
possible, but not probable. But yeah, you've got the link. You could hop in
Yeah.
if you see I'm still on.
Yeah. Right on.
And then
But if I leave I'm going to end up leaving abruptly, right? Because whenever he comes out. So I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Yes, thank you. And is this a consistent schedule now or still not?
He's still technically a trainee, but this is supposed to see, and I think that's what's going to end up happening. Like, so we were picking him up at 10, and now we're dropping him off at 10, but it seems like 10's probably going to be a thing. So, I think it's always going to be an issue around this time of day.
I can't see the screen. That's how bad my eyes are, guys. I
I have
cannot
to either
word on the screen.
I have to either be done before, or I can't go on until after.
Okay.
AI says inset mosaic crochet works 2 rows of each color, creating a reversible piece with no yarn ends, while overlay uses 1 row of each color and you can leave yarn in. So that's what it is. The bougie dishcloth is inset. The bougie dish. Okay, now, Lori, we're going to have to write a pattern and call it the bougie dishcloth.
Yes, let's create a design and call it the bougie dishcloth.
We'll put a big B on it. B for bougie.
That's what the over or these parts. So we'll make it turn into letters or something.
Uh-huh.
We'll figure it out.
I'm trying to put a triple Hey, do they do? I'm sure they do triple crochet hexagon hexicardies.
Yes.
I
was thinking about doing that, and per the advice of some other people, they were concerned that the pull, because triple crochets would stretch more, that it would pull strange because the stitches are going different directions. So I don't remember. It's one of the ladies in here currently that said that they were concerned about how it would stretch. I wonder if it was Megan, because Megan does a lot of clothing.
Yeah. Could have been Bridget.
Could have been Bridget as well. Same thing. Lots of knowledge about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And is your son feeling better? I know he was sick.
I mean, he's feeling better, but he's still got a horrible cough. So.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Those dishcloths reminded me of Fiber Spiders parquet basket. I know, I saw that. And it does remind me of that.
Yes.
I love Fiber Spiders. How do you say that lady's name? Not Nastasia?
Nastasia.
Okay, I'm going to have to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
I may or may not be here.
Okay. Well, if you're not, I'll text you. Thank y'all for watching us.
Drive safe.
I'll see you tomorrow I think I'm scheduled at 7. Just go to my channel and hit the notification.
Bye. So yes, this is what I'm working on. And I saw an image that was sort of like this and turned it into a corner to corner. He sent me. Oh, you actually have that physical blanket that he made? That's so cool, Michael. My first wrap was scraps. Okay. Scraps of beauty. Okay. Drop trebles. It stretched almost wow. Wow. So it almost doubled the length. Wow, Megan. Okay, so triples, be careful with triples or trebles or whichever you call it. Wow. Okay. Woo. Okay, good to know. It would stretch the yarn, but it would literally stretch the whole pattern, and that might not be what you want. That's wild times. I did tutor again today, the 6th grader. She's learning well, which is great. We were doing, how do I multiply a fraction times a decimal? So that was a lot of learning to do with that one. And I'm like, yeah, that's not very real life, but we're going to go with it anyway. I understand most of math class is not approached with real life, but there is so much real life math. I wish we could, as a math teacher, I always wished I could just teach the real life math to teach the concepts of algebra and geometry, and because they are in everyday life everywhere, but not usually in the format in which we were all taught. Finish. Oh, you're not going to finish. Okay. So it was a little bigger than you were thinking, Margaret, a little more to do than you thought. All right. Well, how close will you be? Like an hour or 2 hours? Like, what do you estimate now that you've gotten into it? Have a better feel. All right. Sorry, I don't have the music or anything set up because I don't have a laptop. And Scraps of Beauty is every other row doubles, and triples are alternated with doubles. So I thought it would be, oh, I see. Okay. So even though it was just alternated double, treble, it pulled it. Whereas what Camille did was a treble single, and that didn't have as much. The singles stabilized it in a way that the doubles just didn't. That's really interesting. So that's good to know, because I had considered, but then you said what you said previously. I had considered trying to do a hexacardy in a treble, and you said that no, don't do it. And now I have a very clear picture of why. Don't do it. Don't do it. For those of you who don't know, the other night, I was supposed to be live with Camille, I think on Wednesday, and my youngest stepdaughter, she's 14. She had come in here and she's looked at my diamond painting and said, "Oh, I've always wanted to do this." Thankfully, I had several others. So I was like, I got her all set up, and she did it. And then she joined us behind the scenes, or behind the camera, so to speak, and did these diamond painting coasters. So this one and half of this one she did the first night, sitting here listening to live. She thought it was very funny. And then Friday she finished Oogie Boogie and then did this. A few hours. Yeah, no, don't push yourself, because then you'll just make mistakes, and then you'll, like, that is always a bummer. That's what happened on my sports blanket, which is still not finished because I didn't have the right color embroidery yarn. Even I had red or white yarn, and no, that was not going to look right. So I did my mosaic instead. But yeah, the night before I actually did finish, I had to pull probably 6 or 7 rows. And at the corner, that's not terrible, but it was so loose. I'm like, oh, I should not have been crocheting that late at night, because that is, I mean, I tend to crochet a little loose. But that was, I mean, it looked just wrong, like really curved it. So you do, once you feel too tired, if it involves your eyes or physically tired, I would say time to stop. All right, the pattern line of Scraps of Beauty for 4 double crochets, front post triple. Oh, see, I would think that I would have thought that the front post would have taken care of things too. That's really interesting because I would have assumed that by doing it front post treble that you'd still get enough stability, but I guess not. That's fascinating. Are there, if Michael's still in here, oh, Decade Diva. Hold on. Hold on, let me back up. Somebody said something about Decade Diva. What's the Decade Diva you asked me about? Okay, so Decade Divas is through Critters Crochet and the Spoony Stitcher. You'll want to go to the Spoony Stitchers video. It is in my post. You'll just have to kind of scroll down. It's down a bit. I've posted it every couple weeks, but you have to decide by March 31st if you want to. And all you have to do is create something in a fiber art, whatever that is. It could be, it could be clothing like cloth material. It could be crochet. It could be knit. It could be, I know some people are doing macrame because macrame is very 70s. So you're just supposed to make something that represents the 70s, the decade of the 70s to you. And Tunisian, you could do Tunisian, Michael, if you're interested in a crochet along. I don't know if that's your jam or not, but well, it's not a crochet along. That's the wrong term. It's more of a collab. So what you do is you make something. You have to tell them before March 31st that you want to participate. And then Hola Carla, every person that's participating, and the last I heard they had 38. Every person that's participating, you'll tag them in your video. You are responsible for one video, one item of something that represents the 70s to you that you create. And they're looking for content creators, and the whole thing is about collaborating and promoting smaller channels too. You can be big channels, little channels, every size. If you don't have 100, you still absolutely can participate. I would love to see Linda get to 100 before it happens. So the video, you could, schedule it once they tell you your date, which won't be until, you won't know your date until April or May, but it's not, your video won't be until September or October, just depending on where your name falls in their whole arrangement. And you make one video, one item. You can obviously make more. I know Armchair Chef is making several. I know she's already completed 2, I think. I'm doing something totally unique and I'm keeping it a secret. Partially because if it doesn't work, then I have a backup plan. So that's what I'm doing. But and then your channel will get literally tagged in all of these videos. And some of these channels are decent sized, 4,000 or 5,000 people, and your channel will get tagged in in every single one of their individual videos for Decade Divas. What did I just do? Okay. So yeah, if you are interested, if you are at all interested in the 70s, you could simply do something like, oh, I've got a pattern from the 60s or 70s, like Megan said. And if you don't have content, oh, you're making a full outfit. Yeah. My very first original thought was an amigurumi of a 70s Elvis, but no, that is not even close to what I'm doing. So, but I thought it would be funny and fun. What was I going to say? Oh, Megan, if you don't make crochet content, because I know your content's different than that, you can still participate if you're interested. This blanket is, yeah, yep. That's exactly how those blankets go. You can participate because I know Deb Morgana. I don't know if any of you know her from our Armchair Chef's channel. She just posts on Instagram. She's prolific. She does a lot of work, like Jennifer Wysocki, does tons of work in like crochets all the time, makes all the stuff, like Linda. But Deb does not have a channel. They are going to come out with a way for those folks to participate as well. So either way, if you're interested at all, Megan, you can participate as well. But Michelle, I'd love to see you, since you're at 100, you have the ability to tag people. It would make your participation easier because you're over 100 now. It's not that you can't participate. You certainly can participate, but there's like some weird thing about tagging when you have under 100 subs or something. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's a cool little thing. Like, and again, any size channel can join, and it is in my posts if that's easier to find. But the Spoony Stitcher and Critters Crochet are the ones who, I cannot remember Critter Crochet's first name right now. But I do remember Thrifty is Rachel. I remember, but partially because I actually wrote it down. But yeah, I think if you like that at all. Oh, I was saying, like Megan found, wasn't it Megan, you said you found some patterns from the 60s and 70s. Wasn't that you? But you could literally do a pattern that was from the 60s. If you found or from the 70s, sorry. If you found a pattern that was from the 70s, you could do that. You could do like, oh, Teresa, thank you. Thank you, Sam. Yes, Teresa. I don't know why that one won't. I'm going to write it down. Then maybe it'll stick in my head. These are my Expo pens. Again, this is a whiteboard. So it's literally a whiteboard that I put on top of my desk and attached with command strips. So Critter equals Teresa. Okay, got it. Thank you. On the board now. So writing it helps me remember. I used to be really, really good at remembering names as a teacher. I could remember all my students' names really quickly. But boy, since the migraine started, not so much. And not seeing somebody face to face, somehow it doesn't stick as well either. But writing it down, I should be good. Oh, I got to put this bag over it so it doesn't erase. There we go. You can look back at the past Decade Diva video. Oh, thank you, Linda. I forgot about that. Are they called Decade Divas then too, or was it something with opals? Something with, I can't remember. Not really. I don't really care. Okay. So you're just going to say nah to that. Okay. That's cool. Oh, that's the other thing. You don't like, if you like, let's say, because Armchair Chef has some stuff done, she could record her video and schedule it for the day that they tell her. So you could have it done like immediately. I have not touched that. I have planned it. And again, part of the reason why I'm like, I'm keeping it very close to the vest. Because I'm not 100%, I'm going to be able to 100% sure that I'm going to be able to do what I want to do, but I want to make something that will be something that will get used and not just make something for this video, if that makes sense. And the 70s colors, now I did get some 70s colors yarn today. Not too many, mostly blues, right? Any of you that saw that yarn haul? Again, Facebook Marketplace. Somebody, I believe it looks to me like completely destashing, getting rid of all the yarn they had. Which is, kind of what happened with when I got it from next door for $25. But again, this is bougier yarn for sure. Like, what did I say this is? Knit Picks and anything metallic. I love the sparkly yarn. Love this. Love that color so much. That's so fun. Because that's not a traditional violet purple for the rainbow. So it's nice. All the rainbow colors are nice. And that one with the black too. Oh, so pretty. But I got more full skeins in this and more multiple skeins in this than the one that I only paid $25 for. So But that was, yeah, that was, what am I going to do? I'm willing to email pictures of patterns to be, oh, if any, okay. So Megan's saying, if you're interested, for example, Michelle, if you're interested, she has some old patterns from the 70s that she could email to you. Because I would imagine those patterns are past copyright. I don't even know what the copyright rules are for patterns. I know there's some, but something that old, is it like movies, how they go out of being copyrighted? I don't know. Always interested in patterns. Yes. Okay. So yeah, Megan, if you Michelle, drop your channel just in case somebody's not subscribed to you, and Linda too at some point. I don't think there's a timer between, but there might be. Drop your channel so Michelle drop your channel so Megan can subscribe, and then she can get your email. Do you have an email posted on your channel, Michelle? I just typed 19. Oh, okay. That's all you have to do. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Linda. Are they from magazines? Oh, that's a good question. Megan, are they from magazines? Do magazines have different? Okay, so she's just going to have you Michelle, type your email in there. Oh, if it doesn't let you, let me know. Because if it won't let you drop a link, let me know. I forgot the word. Oh, this is what you're going to type. Oh, Hooker 24/7 right there. That's just going to drop my channel, but or maybe it didn't. Creator must be dead 70 to 100 years before its free domain. Interesting. Is that in the US or is that worldwide, or is that in Australia, or is that just standard? That's the rule. Megan is subscribed and perfect. Yes, the email is listed. So that's what you'll do, Michelle. You're welcome to drop at Hooker 247. So Hooker 24/7. I need to count to see where I'm at. Okay. I'm moving right along on this one. It's amazing how fast a corner to corner is when you're not doing popcorns and you're not. I have to keep taking this off because I cannot see up close very well with my glasses on, even though they're bifocals. It's whatever. Old eyes. But then if I look up, seriously, even this close, I'm like inches from not even a foot. And I have to be here. There, I can read it without my glasses. Yeah. Not great. Not terrible though. I mean, obviously my son-in-law's site is fairly standard across the world. Okay, that's good to know. No, the Afghan was a kit with both crochet and knit, and then it is like a booklet thing for the wearable sort of stuff. Interesting. I know you certainly couldn't, like, for example, because people have gotten in trouble for this kind of stuff, like put it on Etsy and sell it, like. But that's not what you're saying you're going to do, Megan. I'm just saying I'm saying what I've heard people get in trouble for. I don't think you'd be that silly, because that's obviously it's not your pattern. You shouldn't be selling it. All right. So this is where I'm already at. Again, that texture is amazing. This is Colorama Halo yarn in beeswax with music. It has to be published prior to 1925. Okay. So it has to be, it's nothing to do with the artist being alive or not. That I definitely I needed to pull some stitches there, because it kind of pulls funny. But yeah, so that's this corner here. Oh, Colorama Halo in the colorway beeswax, and it was in an Ogo. Let me show you my other one, because I do have two of them, because I knew I was going to need two of them. So it comes in this form. This is the old form of Colorama Halo, and I got these when they were clearancing them out, discontinuing the Ogo shape. So I think I paid $2.50 or something amazingly good for these. It's a lot of yardage. 71% acrylic, 18% nylon, 11% polyester, 8 ounces, 227 grams, 481 yards, or 440 meters. So, and like I said, I think I paid some weird number, like $2.56 or $2.65. It was something like that because they were clearancing them out. But yeah, that's the form it's in. And a lot of people did not like that. Storage is silly. And then you'll see that what happened to mine was it came apart. This is the first time I've ever had this happen. I've used a lot of these Ogos. I don't know what caused that to happen, but it happened. It's fine. It's not a big deal. My honeycomb blanket, all of the honeycomb. So instead of being filet, it's like everywhere. So it's all double crochets, but then like everywhere with a filet stitch would be, instead I did a popcorn stitch with a graph. The graph, if you go to my tutorial for the honeycomb, it has timestamps. It has written instructions at each timestamp. And it has the stitch fiddle graph. So you can pull that. Somebody requested it on a Facebook. I think it was my adults only Facebook group that I was in. I need opinions. Should I go ahead and have would it be useful for me to have a Facebook group for my channel? I haven't decided yet. Weirdly, the music is free domain, but if the recording is old enough, you can use that recording, but could play the music yourself. And that's so weird. Books are 30 years after the death of the author, unless someone holds the rights. And sometimes the families hold rights, sometimes, right? Like publishers. Oh, publishers can okay, interesting. Yeah, copyright rules are wild. And Walt Disney is part of the reason some of that is a little wild. Copywriting the characters was his thing. And he got it extended to something like 100 years. 100 years after the death, or the death of the last descendant, or something extreme. For certain things, you can get pretty long-term copyright. So that message is dropping way too often. I need to change that in Nightbot. That's Green Mom. Yeah, Megan is Green Mom. Yeah. Okay, and that's my Instagram, which I also need to work on my Instagram being the same as my channel name. That's a whole different thing. Okay. Colorama Halo and Beeswax. Yes. I'm going to go back on chat and check. Colorama Halo in Beeswax. Let me look at the actual tag and make sure I'm correct on that. Beeswax Frost is the name. Beeswax Frost. Colorama Halo. Caron. And why is it pronounced Caron? Is that, that's how I've always heard it. Am I saying it right? I don't know. So, okay, let's see if there's anything else I missed that I need to address. All right, fairly standard. Okay, variations. Now the Afghan. Okay, and then Michelle, were you able to drop your channel? I didn't see. Hooker 247. That makes sense, though. If I want to publish a book, I would want rights to it. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Lisa. So this is what I'm working on. Camille may or may not be back. It just depends on what time. I designed this. I saw a picture of the globe in a heart. But this isn't what it looked like. It was very cartoony. So I have done a ton of modifications to this, all in Stitch Fiddle. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll hold that up again. So this is my background color. I'm starting with the dark where the lines are in that corner. And then it's going to go across. You did drop your channel. Perfect. And then, so this is Colorama Halo in Beeswax Frost. It's such a gradual color change. It's amazing yarn. This will be my ocean unless y'all think that's too green. And this will be my land. Except for Antarctica. Antarctica? What? Antarctica? I always forget how it's spelled. This is going to be what I'm going to do down here at the bottom. So it'll have a different texture altogether. I like putting different yarns together. It's probably what is a great free pro. Yes. For what Stitch Fiddle is. Yes. For free, it's very good. I know you can get a lot more things if you do the paid version, a lot more movability, a lot more flexibility. But yeah, it's for a free program. This is incredible. Same on for you list your. I think that I need to look and see when that is. When that is, I list my mom to image. Oh, you lost your. Okay. Okay. It's very, yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree, Michael. I like Stitch Fiddle. I have some really cool designs. I learned from my last design to be a little more conscious about some different things. And so this design is significantly better and won't have such like constant color changing, I hope. I mean, I did try to represent New Zealand there, Trish. I tried to represent New Zealand. That's about where it is compared to Australia, right? That's like Madagascar. That's like Japan. That's too far away. But if I pushed it over where it should be, it was like connected and it wouldn't look right either. It would look like it's just hanging off of there. So anyway, I did have to, kind of maneuver and make it look as much like the globe as possible. But I did try to represent some of these little smaller countries. Madagascar is not, it's just one island, right? But it's its own country. Is that right? Have you got a design already? Alzheimer's. June is Alzheimer's month. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. That's a hard loss. Because the thing about Alzheimer's and dementia is you kind of lose the person before you lose the person. That's really hard. Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. I think 4th of July. Oh, my husband's father passed on 4th of July. Obviously not significant in the UK, but it's easy. I didn't know him. He passed in 2004, brain tumor, but 4 hours after. Oh, so she lived, but not long enough to probably interact. I'm sorry, Michelle. That's hard. It's all hard. 2018. Oh, she's back. We are still here. Hooray. Wait, this button. Hello. We're still here.
I was like, is she still on? She is. What the hell? I might as well come on. Except my thing's not like, it's okay. You can see me okay because it's not showing very well on this tiny screen.
Yeah, you're good. Chat, you can answer that as well. So so Michael, are you doing anything for dementia, Alzheimer's awareness in June? Are you doing like a Tunisian along? I don't know what to call it, or something like. Is there something we can participate in?
Oh.
Most of my grandparents had dementia, but as far as I know, no one had Alzheimer's in my family. But I've known lots of folks that have been impacted.
I worry about that for me.
Okay. Do you? Oh, family history. So yeah, there are some things they can do now that they didn't used to be able to do, but
you know how you just get gut feelings about stuff?
Yeah. But yeah.
We had a long discussion on Decade Diva.
Yes, we did. We were talking about Decade Divas, and I was seeing like people like Michael. I mean, that'd be really cool to see a 1970s something interpreted in Tunisian. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, check it out. It's like I said, it's on a post on what used to be the community tab, a post. It's the Spoony Stitchers post. And then I wrote down that Critters Crochet, her name is Teresa, because somebody, see, I already forgot who told me. Somebody told me, oh, it was Sam, Hooking Good by Sam, or no, Hooking something, Sam's something. The one in Australia.
Yeah.
She said it's Teresa, so I wrote it down so I can remember now. And Thrifty is Rachel. Thrifty is Rachel, because I wrote it down. Because, oh, that, yes. Yes. I think that was both of my mother's parents suffered far more than they needed to be. That would be cool, right? But just no time. Yeah, you have your whole thing planned out, right, Michael? I kind of figured that you were not available. You could participate without officially participating, or throw it on something for next year. Do something 70s related next year, just for the fun of it, more than the crochet along or whatever that would be considered. Because it's not, like I said, it's not necessarily crochet. It's just.
I need to start mine. I keep having these ideas, and then it's like, oh, thank you, babe.
Yeah, I need to start mine so that I can see if it's reasonable or if I have to abandon ship and do something different. That is cute. Is that fresh? Is that real?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a real hibiscus flower.
I love hibiscus flowers. I love them. We do not get hibiscus in Colorado.
No, I imagine not.
Might be a little too dry for that.
Now, this is because we store them in our laundry room with a light on them over winter.
Oh, nice.
So they start flowering before we put them back out. This is the second one that I've gotten.
Do they thrive a little better with the replant that way?
Yeah, they do. Versus not putting them on lights, because we had them in here one year without lights, and they were kind of sickly when we put them back in the ground.
I see.
But this is the plant, like, so it made it anyway.
Right.
So yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, Michael, for real, like we all already need to be, okay, 2026. So you have the whiteboard door, but I have the whiteboard desk, but different reasons. I have a physical planner here somewhere.
I have the whiteboard walls up in the attic with the pottery.
Oh, nice. Chalkboard wall. I believe it or not, on the front of this desk, it is a chalkboard. the leg of it drops down and it's a chalkboard, but I don't have it's behind stuff. That wouldn't be useful to me, but yes, good old chalkboard. Oh my gosh, there was this weird dude that so this was back in the early 90s, so who knows how it is now. But when I did my student teaching, you did it in a cohort, and they didn't necessarily they weren't necessarily teaching the same thing as you, but they were secondary whatever teachers in the student teaching. And so you would meet together, talk about your experiences. And there was this weird dude that said his way of getting everybody's attention, like his students' attention, was he would eat chalk. I'm like, that can't be good for you long term, dude. I mean, my grandson, who is 13 months old, he eats chalk and we make him not, but he's 13 months old and he eats crayons too. So it's kind of age appropriate. Not that, I mean, literally, I feel like half of my babysitting job with him is
keeping stuff away from eating.
Right. I'm like, Technicolor poopies. Just kidding. He's never eaten that many crayons or that much of the crayon. I put notes in the phone. I do that too. to some extent. He's making my blankets for family members. Oh, that's nice. That's what Panda's doing that for you. That's nice. To get it off your list. And he can Panda can cover that. That's really nice. I keep asking my husband, hey, can you please just crochet this for me? And he always looks at me like, yeah, you know I can't. I would love him to learn. Now, the 14-year-old that's diamond painting, she kind of learned to loom knit. The 17-year-old, she has learned to loom knit. She's loom knitting a snake. But she got through the head, and then the things were different, and she wasn't sure how to do it. And so she just has to want to pick it up. School, she's a junior in high school. Junior's in high school. Junior year is the hardest year in school, in high school, at least in America. I don't know where other places because it's a different system. But yeah, I rarely use my phone. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
See, I'm being forced to use my phone but I'm talking about for YouTube. I'm being forced to use my phone with that stupid mic thing not working.
Right.
It's really irritating.
Because you can't get your internal mic to work. You can't get your camera mic to work, at least not dependent, like where you can depend on it to work.
Not where I get like it's getting to where I'm getting super anxiety if I try to go live any other way other than my phone.
Yeah.
This is on my phone because I was worried about it.
Right. I figured you would do that because I knew that you were having trouble with that.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely touch. Hold on. It popped my laptop. So this is my laptop. But like today's live, that was my phone. And then I have my webcam over here. Let's see if I can turn this. There you can see the rest of my yarn too. Well, the rest of the yarn in this room, we'll say. Well, except for the yarn I haven't showed that's over there. That's all scrappy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's my webcam. And then I can swing it around to where I need it for my lessons.
Hi, Lisa. I'm doing good.
But I have trouble when I'm on mobile on YouTube with Camille. It's only if I'm with somebody that I have that hearing, the sound problem. So when I was on mobile all by myself, it was fine. So I don't know if that's a piece of the puzzle too with your stuff, Camille, if it's some weird thing.
I never had problems with my phone though, except when I'm trying to be live with you.
Right. And that was just my sound. And I think that's something on my end. Because
they couldn't hear me. Yeah. Isn't that right? They couldn't hear me either.
Yeah.
That one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the time where I was like, oh, I wish you had earbuds. Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you haven't had trouble since, right?
Yeah, but I haven't tried to go with the phone.
Oh, right.
It was a vertical, wasn't it? No.
Yeah. Yep.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if we stick to like restream instead of straight through YouTube, your phone, we don't have that problem with either of our phones with each other.
With each other. Yeah. I just wish I knew what to do. Like, is it the computer? Is it the browser? I don't know. It's so frustrating.
So, Michelle, I know you had to go back to your phone for a bit, but you were preferring the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
What I found, okay, so I had an external mic, but then it fell on the ground and it wasn't working quite well. Everybody was like, it's too quiet. But I'm editing, and I'm sure this is the case with just about any editing software. I happen to be editing with Clipchamp. I used to hate it. I'm okay with it, I guess is how I would describe it right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I record directly through Clipchamp, my sound is the best.
Oh, is it?
Of all my options that I've had. And if I record with, say, my phone, I can do the audio of my phone, whatever I pushed to the laptop, up to 200% or 200. Yeah, I assume it's 200%. So it doubles the volume. And so I found workarounds for when my volume wasn't right, because I definitely prefer, well, it depends on what I'm doing. For lives by myself on the mobile is kind of easier because it's not like downloading to my phone. I just, so it's not taking up the space, whereas videos, you have to be like getting them off your phone so it doesn't take up all the space on your phone. So that's why I prefer the laptop myself. But yeah, there's Margaret. Okay. Oh, you will finish. You'll be able to finish tomorrow. Okay. She said
Right on.
but that's good. I pulled out.
Yeah.
Good to go. Now deciding which yarn to go with next. Is it scrappy?
What is she making?
I don't know.
Old whip. What's your old whip?
I think, I feel like she told me and I don't remember now. Darn it. Jack,
Blanket?
I don't remember. It's amazing how fast I can do this if you're just doing straight corner to corner. You can just go. No color changing.
Right.
No popcorn stitches. Just go. But I'm about to not be in that position.
I like how that blanket came out, the one I did for Boggy Creek with the popcorn.
I love it.
I like it so much. I think I am going to make another one.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to try to do a tutorial as I make it.
Nice.
I don't have to stitch the whole thing right under a tutorial. Right. I just have to show them how to start it, tell them how long to make it.
Right. And you'll have a good yarn estimate.
And I already have a good yarn estimate, right? So I know I need 6 of those skeins. I had some left though, I think.
And you were doing, well, you could weigh it and figure out the yardage. I showed you how to do that.
I'd rather just go, oh, there's this much left.
See, I still have to do that video too of so my sports blanket, where is that? Oh, it's over there. My sports blanket, I have a little bit left of one of my ice cream roving balls, and I know it was 2 balls, so that's the only yarn I could give pretty close to an exact amount of how much did I use. All the other stuff was just random.
I don't like doing
balls, nothing full, mostly not yarn banded. I mean, so nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
Really. But at least the ice cream I could figure out which is the majority of the blanket. It's where most of the yarn is. Really, because the basketball, the black, the football, the brown, and the white, you can pretty much use scraps for that, the red.
I should just
white from baseball.
Do an experiment and go ahead and weigh that blanket and see how accurate that is with what they estimate on the ball band.
There you go. I love that.
I should do a lot of things though, and I don't.
Yeah, I do minimal editing, honestly, most of the time, except for recently I've had my freaking Pi Day. The yarn around the world, that one was fun. But the Pi Day one, it was way longer than I intended it to be. But I did put all the history in there and all that stuff. I did do that. But I sped myself up. So that always, if I have to do that kind of stuff, if I have to speed myself up, that slows my editing down. But I got 2 videos posted tonight. They're both short. I will warn you, my Monday video and my Tuesday video are very short. I think 5 minutes and 4 minutes or something like that. But that, it's fine. Very little editing, just maybe inserting a picture, that sort of thing. But those are quick. That's how I could get them done in the same day. 2 in the same day. Just keep the ball bands. And yes.
I would be curious if you had the same yarn as me.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
And we did the same project with the same needle, the same stitch and everything.
Yeah, how different it would be.
How different is yours since
Uh-huh.
we think that you must
I
use
stitch loose. Yes, I know I do.
stitch
I
loose?
used to think I was pretty standard, but then it turned out you were pretty much dead on
Uh-huh.
traditional gauge. So
I'm
I'm like, oh, well, I
curious.
stitch loose.
I'm curious if I'm dead on with gauge, like with other, like
Right.
with other things too. See, I thought I stitched tight, but I guess I don't.
No, you don't. You apparently you stitch pretty spot on. I stitch loose is what we figured out. I knew I stitched a little loose. I did not know I stitched that loose.
But if
So Michael,
you,
what help me understand? I want to understand. It's probably because I'm getting tired. It you said and you never edit at all. Okay. And so that might, if you go into whatever software is in your laptop and you click, download it, your video, and you record straight through, and then click the audio wherever that is on your editing software and see if you can turn it up on what did Michael say? I already forgot. Something about
I
keeping the
don't,
ball bands.
I don't know. I think it's
I keep the ball bands, and what's left
oh,
is
and
just
what's,
estimated yardage.
but of course that can change per person with tension.
Right.
So,
So
like,
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
did a little video on if you weigh the yarn before and after is the ideal. And then that's gives you your yardage. And then whatever's left, you can calculate your yardage with the proportion. That's what I mean, if you, it obviously it doesn't matter if it's that specific, but I'm a math geek. So in case you weren't aware,
Evidently, Panda's a tight hooker.
tight hooker.
I guess I'm a tight hooker too, huh? Or I'm
Okay,
an average hooker.
you're an average hooker and I'm a loose hooker.
Well, you've been hooking longer than me.
And I like big hooks, so that's going to make you loose. Oh, I'm terrible. Okay, yeah, we're definitely after dark again. All right. So I'm drawing a blank on my Pi Day projects. Okay. So what I did, okay, the one that's 33 minutes, please feel free to fast forward as you want. I showed how Archimedes and the Greeks calculated pi by doing, I've got them right here.
Oh, I need to watch that. I told you I had like 4 videos.
I know you're way behind. It's fine. It's fine. That one's long. Feel free to fast
But
forward.
I would like that one, I think.
So how they did it is you would take a circle. They would draw a circle however they did with a compass, because I think they had them all the way back then. I did put history within the video. So they started with a square, and you measure the perimeter of the square.
Uh-huh.
And then you divide it by the diameter. Sorry, which on a square is the longest diagonal.
Uh-huh.
And then you go to 5 sides and you do the same thing. You measure the perimeter and then the longest diameter, and you divide. And you get something that starts to get closer and closer to pi. So I did 5 sides, 6 sides,
Huh.
7 sides, 8 sides, and I did a circle. I should have done more double crochets for my circle, because technically the thing about a circle, in a weird way, it's like it has an infinite number of sides, right? So I should have done more, and I think it would have been more precise. But that's what my video is like.
Yeah, I wondered what all those shapes were on there.
Yeah.
I just
So,
haven't.
and that's why I said it's a bouquet of polygons, because if I grab, because I didn't weave the tails, there's no reason for me to weave these tails. They're probably just going to end up inside of an amigurumi at some point, to be completely honest.
Right.
But yeah, that's what the shapes are. Because if you see an actual drawing where there's not human error and tension and all that stuff, then it's, no, this is 6 ounces. Okay. So you can just at least get your Okay.
My comments are not like
Yeah,
bitty.
I'm trying to get down. I went up and now I gotta get down. Okay, Sam. Yeah. I like editing, dislike the recording part. My attention is right on. Yeah, Panda is a tight hook. Oh, it's Panda that's a tight hooker. Michael is just an average hooker, like you. And then I'm a loose hooker. So yeah, and Sam says she's not touching that. Okay, let's see. So I totally understand editing can be a lot hard. Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of would not and will not trust Panda to edit. Yeah. Before I use it. Yeah. Yeah. Editing, it's an individual thing. Like I've certainly gotten significantly better at it. But so that's what the long video is. Again, maybe regular speed at the history part, because that's kind of interesting. I put text with the history of like they had estimates way back in the BCs or BCE, whichever terminology you
Well,
use.
you know I'm gonna watch your whole video. I ain't fast forwarding.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, I'm okay with it kind of running in the background because that I really tried to make it not so darn long. But the how much would the yarn weigh to go around the world? That one's fun. That one, and that one's short. Mary did watch that, by the way, and she commented.
Mary?
Wow, Mary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it for her.
Right.
I made it for her because I was, yeah. Oh, Trish, you're still here. That's good. So I was showing that on here, I tried to represent New Zealand. It's, it's a little, I put New Zealand right there.
A little blip.
But I did try to represent you because a lot of the maps don't. A lot of the maps do not put, yes, if you are not subscribed to Trish, she does fun vids.
I'm not fast forwarding either. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the whole video. Like, whoever started that, telling people about fast forwarding, like, why would you do that? Like,
well, I just like I sped my voice up. So if you go too fast forward, you'd also be going like, there's a chipmunk on my computer or my phone. So okay, let me go back. Because New Zealand is down here. It's the little blip by Australia, right? I mean, I know it's more than one island, but that's no Australia. Sam is Australian, right? Australia's right here. Australia's the big one.
Yeah.
New Zealand's the little blip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave out Australia. Australia's right there. New Zealand's we're gonna get into an Aussie Kiwi fight. And yes, you get to sleep, Michelle. Yes, the baby will be waking you up. Yes, you get some rest.
Yeah, we'll see you.
I'm so glad you were in tonight. It was fun. And check out the Decade Divas and see if it's something you're interested in. For sure.
I can figure that out. Like my brain keeps going everywhere about what I'm gonna make. And I need to decide what I'm gonna make.
Right.
And I was having some ideas today. I don't know what I was watching.
Yeah.
I was watching a music video. And I was just like, I could make that. Oh, I could make that.
I mean, you could do an album cover. You could do there's a million things you could make, right?
Right. I got to pick one instead of squirreling all over the place with it.
Not the west. Not to the west. Oh, do I have it on the wrong side? So New Zealand I can fix it because I haven't gotten there. So
you better go look.
Hold on. Let me share screen.
Look at it. Make sure you do it right.
Yes, I want it in the right place. Let me pull it's not up. Let me pull it up and then I will share my screen and then I will have you correct it if it's not correct. I will fix it. I want it right before I stitch because I'm not anywhere near stitching that yet.
Oh, Chuck sent us a picture of her whip.
Ooh, to both of us or to me?
I think she said, y'all, do you want me to show it while you figure out your...
oh my gosh, I need to undo what I just did. Okay. I need to edit this because it needs to not say her name. Okay. Okay.
Oh. Do you want me to show Chuck's?
Yeah, show Chuck's while I'm
Okay.
getting this ready.
Oh, let me turn my thing off. And see, I can't see my whole screen because it won't. So you'll have to tell me if I've got it in full view.
Okay, let me go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
So that's a what do you call those? They're kind of like a cardigan. They're kind of like a poncho. What are they called?
I don't know, but I like that. That's awesome. I like those colors.
That's funny. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share screen. Let me go this one
Okay.
where you're tiny for a minute. And
Okay.
then let me present this one. Okay. Let me show you. This I have New Zealand right here, and this is Australia. Should New Zealand be over here? Because this is where I have New Zealand. Should it be over here? I thought Tasmania was over here. Am I remembering wrong? And this is kind of Japan, but like I said, if I put it over, it was connecting wrong. And this is supposed to be Madagascar. So this is where I have New Zealand, but should it be this way? Because this is to the east of Australia. Because this is east over there.
I thought New Zealand was up to the right more.
So it's more, I thought that's where Fiji was. See, maybe I don't know my geography. Let's see.
I could be wrong. No,
So,
New Zealand, I'm going to have to look now. But your
oh,
print.
I do have it right. Okay. Phew. Okay, good. That's right. Okay.
Your print
Okay.
is reverse, she says.
So so that answers an interesting question. I will actually fix that. I think I know exactly what the problem is. One moment, please. I will keep it on that picture. Is that picture's correct that you're seeing right now, right? Or my description was correct. So I need to actually do that. I think that will fix the problem. Oop, let's put us side by side. Let's try this again. Now is it on the correct side? Oh, wait.
Trish says yes. Sam says yep.
Okay. So, okay. I understand what I did wrong. So it was a setting on my fault. My fault. But I'm glad it's all cleared up and that I put New Zealand in approximately the right place. Is it further south or is that a pretty good spot? Should I like move it down block or is it good?
Yes, now you aren't flipped, it says.
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. Okay, let me go back. Let me share screen again so you can see it, Sam. Share. So this, I have Australia here and I have New Zealand here. Should it be down like here? Like down one and diagonal? Because I don't want to get too close to the edge. And this is Antarctica and it's going to be in a different yarn. Because it will be, oh, okay. You got to watch out on the laptop. Do you see what I just did? Thankfully, we have this lovely undo button so I can fix it. Will drag a color through. It's really nice if you're trying to color something, but it's really awful if you do what I just did. But undo fixes it all. So are they saying this is good or should I move it down like that where I have the cursor?
No, I don't think it should be down, Sam said.
Okay. That looks good. Okay. I'll leave it as is then.
Mm-hmm.
And it is to the east. And it's like not straight down, right? It's to the east. Okay, I'm going to come back in. The South Island. The South Island. How many is it 3 islands? Maybe add a second dot for the North Island.
Hey,
Oh,
couldn't
you
you
guys are so funny.
instead of doing a block, couldn't you do like 1 stitch or 2 stitches of a block in a different color?
I could do that. I would, for Madagascar, I would do that.
I'm making things more complicated for you though.
Madagascar, like I honestly, with Madagascar, let me show you. Madagascar is right here. That's too big for Madagascar. It is. It's just too big. So that's a great idea for me fixing it.
Yeah, do 1 stitch
I
instead of
could
3.
do, well, I'd probably have to do two double crochets and the chain. It would depend on which position this is, where I would do which colors. Because the chain 3 obviously gets hidden. And
But
1 double crochet. I don't know. I'd have to look and see how it looks.
if they're not from New Zealand or Australia or Madagascar, they're not going to know.
No, they're not. They're from where I'm from. Well, at
Unless
least
they
mine
aren't
is.
into geography. If they're into geography, they might know.
Yes. Well, and yeah, I had trouble representing. I think that's like both British islands. Because if I put one, because so both the UK and Ireland, I had to do as one box. But maybe I could do like 2 blue and 2 green to kind of show that. That's a cool idea. I'm gonna write that down because I'm tired and I might not remember. All right, so you're probably tired of seeing all that. So thank you all for your geography help. Mandala cardigans are very much, and so yes, that's what they're called, mandala cardigans. Okay.
Yeah. Are you
Trish.
using a pattern, Chuck? Because I might be interested in that. That looks like I could stitch it up quick.
Yeah, that's that, and that it looks like your style too. It's very boho.
Yeah. See, she's calling me boho. I have a friend that says, "Oh, this girl I know who's a hippie." They call me a hippie.
Yeah. Hippie is a little different than boho. Hippie is probably more correct, but I think of my aunt and uncle as being hippies, and you're not quite like them. So I guess you're more modern, I guess would be the way to say it. And so that's why I think boho.
Yeah.
Because they're in their 70s.
My husband thought that was hilarious, though.
that I called you that?
I'm going to dress like a hippie before this is over with. Like, I'm going to have crocheted everything.
Right.
Crochet some panties.
Aussie's don't care. In Texas. That's probably good for. Yeah. Because Chuck, you're really impacted by cold, right? Not a dot higher. Then it would be too high. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Living in the right place.
Happy Goth Bohemian. Nice.
The what?
Nice. That's a fun description.
Happy Goth Bohemian. No, sorry. Oh, that's awesome though. I like that.
No pattern. Sorry. Okay, just playing with yarn. Oh, so I know you don't know that I actually have these kinds of things, but I got this in a Santa sack.
Oh, I like that.
It's all kinds of.
Oh, look at that one. I liked that green one you flipped to on accident.
Which, where is it?
I wish my phone would behave so I can see the whole screen. I don't understand what the deal is.
This I know I can't email to you. But I'm hoping to learn grids. I'm hoping to learn that because it has the words too.
That's better. Now I can see the screen.
Oh, nice, Liz. Oh, this one. Was it this one?
No,
No.
no.
Okay. Okay.
No, but that looks like a 70s project to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Circles and squares, absolutely
Yeah.
70s. That looks like, what was that game show that had the circles and squares?
I don't know.
Flash. It was like their background. I can't think of it. This one's so cute.
Oh, I like that too. Yeah. Meemaw Dawn might like that one.
Yeah, there you go. Was it one of the, was it?
I like that. No, I don't know what I saw.
That one?
No.
Okay.
Maybe I just saw a blip of something and just imagined something else.
That's the one on the back. So
you know how I am.
I like, okay, so this book, like I said, this came in a Santa sack. So
oh, I like that one too. That's like
cool,
a stained
right?
glass. Yeah.
And there's a big circle. That makes me think of the circle. I don't know if you had these when you were in kindergarten, but you would have to go sit on the circle and everybody would sit around the circle, show and tell.
Oh, no, but how people used to, we had these parachute, it was like nylon, we did in gym class.
Yeah.
Did y'all do that?
Yeah.
Why do the kids not do that anymore?
Oh, probably a liability thing for all I know. That one's kind of cool.
Yeah, that one's the one I saw, I think.
Yeah.
I like that, but I don't see green in that.
No.
Oh, just show me your whole book.
I will. I'll show you all my whole. Oh,
hey,
this.
Want to look at
might
the
be.
pictures?
Oh no, that's what's on the front.
That one. I like that one extra.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Yes. Oh man. I might have 2 copies. I'll see.
Where did you get
there's
that
another
from?
one. That's boring. I might have 2 copies because I got 2 Santa sacks that year. I'll just have to look. I don't know that I have 2 copies, but
that's cute.
That's cute.
I like the middle one better.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is like triangles. This is cool.
Oh yeah, I like that too. I just like it all. I want to make it all.
Yeah, she wants to make it all. Mindful mandala Afghans. That's what this is called. But like I said, I got this in a Santa sack. If you're from another country, you probably don't know what that is. That's Lion Brand yarn. I have one. I'll be right back. It has mystery yarn in it and then extra random stuff. And that was an extra random thing.
I think it's funny, like you get tired. I get tired and I start singing and being crazy. You get tired, you start showing off everything. You start showing everything off in your yarn room. And I love that about you.
Show the things.
You're gonna show all the things.
This is a Santa sack. Now I use them as project bags. These are what I refer to, if you're new to me, as heavy cream. Because I haven't whipped it yet. I haven't started the project, but I have all the yarn. Okay, so this project I won't be doing until at least June. So this project, I took some of my big balls out. So this is that very. See, okay, I was having to debate y'all. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up. So ocean and land, or I could do this as ocean and land.
Oh, you got to put that closer to the screen. Now, I really like that one. Which one? I like that. Is it? Oh. Yeah, do ocean.
Do this as the ocean
and land.
And then don't do this.
The choice, though. Yeah, I like the darker as the ocean.
Yeah, I have been looking at this today thinking, ooh, this might be too light. So I'll steal this out of this bag and I'll put it in my project bag.
Yeah,
and this can go in this bag.
I like that better.
Trade it out.
I like that better. Yeah. Do that. That's gonna be cute.
Yes, the like teeny tiny lamb chops that aren't chopped. Oh, lamb chops, yeah. Well, I only sort of like lamb. My husband loves lamb.
Same. It's too fatty.
Well, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean,
Yeah.
if you live someplace, it's more accessible. And again, he's from Northern Ireland, so they had sheep, so it was more accessible.
Uh-huh.
I think it's like he grew up with it. So, I mean, he also likes steak and kidney pies, and so no, thank you. Now, to go back to our previous conversation, spotted dick, on the other hand, is absolutely fabulous, but it's a dessert. And the part I neglected to say is it came in a can,
Yeah.
and that's just like it was canned spotted dick.
When you get memberships and you open your memberships, you need to be having a giveaway once a month for some spotted dick.
But I have to get it from the commissary. It's an import.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I really don't like ground lamb. I can tolerate a little bit of lamb roast, but I truly, the meat I truly won't eat and I do not like is veal for all the reasons. I didn't even know what it was when I tasted it, and I'm like, I do not like this meat. And then I found out what it was, and I'm like, I'm never eating that again.
My husband's like, "Ooh, I would eat that."
Yeah, a lot of people like veal. I mean, a lot of people do. I literally tasted it not knowing what it was and did not care for it. Also, if you ever come to America and somebody says, "Do you want a Rocky Mountain oyster?" Your answer probably should be no.
Uh-huh.
You know what they are, right?
All right, Linda.
Oh, man, yes.
I missed what you said, but
awesome.
yeah.
I said, if anybody ever if you come to America and somebody offers you a Rocky Mountain oyster, you probably don't want it. Do you know what those are?
Not exactly, but I think it has something to do with like
the bull parts that they remove to make them steers.
But we call them something different. What did we call them? Oh my God!
Oh, you guys call them something different?
Calf fry.
Yeah,
it's yes. It's calf fries.
Calf fries. That's funny.
Uh-huh.
So yes, mutton. Yeah. So mutton, you have to do slow cooking. Bull's balls. Yes, that's correct, Trish.
Oh, so calf fries is different than
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
I had them turning them off the wonky meatballs. That's right. I'm like, stay away from the fried wonky meatballs. That's a great way to call them.
I've never had a calf fry. No,
nor goat. Okay.
Nor do I eat them.
And what's the calf fry?
It's yeah, balls.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of sweetbreads. I don't think it's good. I don't remember what it is though.
See, my husband is all like, "Oh yeah, I love it."
What are they?
It's the thymus.
Oh, okay. Part of the brain.
Kinda, yeah. Like at the bottom, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The thymus. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a whole stat thing. Yeah.
He thinks they're like shrimp.
Yeah, I like them.
Okay. I mean, are you okay? Do you eat crawfish and suck the head?
He eats everything. Everything.
So, yeah.
Except
my stepmom sucked the head too.
He doesn't like blue cheese. Out of all the things he will put in his mouth, he doesn't want to eat blue cheese.
Prairie oysters. Okay. So brains. Yes. Parts of it. Prairie oysters. Oh, is that another name? What's that a name for? Prairie oysters. Now we're talking about crazy stuff. That's all right. We can talk about food. Interesting food. Dad was a butcher. Yeah. So, and I love cow tongue. That's a meat I actually love.
My mom she liked that too.
Yeah, it's very tender. It's like beef tenderloin. I love beef tongue.
Really?
I have never had the brain.
It's crazy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I think when you're a butcher, like if you're more connected to the animal, that stuff is less upsetting, I guess is the right word.
Yeah.
But again, I did not know what veal was when I tasted it, and I did not care for the taste. So I'm like, I will continue to not care for the taste. Lamb I'll eat for my husband. I won't. We don't do it on a regular basis, but
Same.
the 17-year-old loves it. My uncle, my aunt's husband, loves it. Wooden spoon on the table and got a hard crack with it. If you, yeah, for real, like that. That was my ex-husband's experience. Like he talked about like his dad would bap their foreheads, and if they were sitting too close to the wall, they'd back their head if they complained about the dinner. But he was the youngest of 5, so that's a whole. And again, he was born in the late 60s, so different world. Well, I guess he was more mid.
I'm gonna have to go to the restroom again.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm like super hydrated. It's still.
That's good though. Good for your body. Good for your body.
Let me see. Can I mute this video? Yeah, I'm gonna mute it.
Okay. You must be careful. I love blue cheese. Okay, what is MDL saying? I missed it. Oh, allergic. Oh man. Yeah, so there's probably a lot of things you have to be careful about, right, Michael, with penicillin. I had a student who was like extraordinarily allergic to latex, and so if somebody had gotten balloons for their birthday or something and went into the class, she could not enter the classroom because of the latex allergy. And penicillin is in things you wouldn't necessarily think of, like blue cheese. So that's a tough one, and also probably makes it a little tougher to treat some of your challenges. There are kids starving. Yes, there are kids starving in Africa. My grandpa always said that. My mom and my dad were. Well, my dad was a hippie. I'm not even gonna play with that. My dad was full on hippie in the 70s. Okay, he's still a hippie and he's in his 80s. In the 1970s, he was definitely a hippie, and he's in his 80s now, and he's still a hippie. I might have a picture of him in the 70s, which would be fun. It's like she said, I start showing crazy stuff, all this stuff. All right, let me get all the way down here to the bottom of chat because I don't think I'm there yet. Started getting the leaf fat from the butcher. Tallow. I've been hearing about tallow being like really good for a protein source, right? Or is it lots of things? I think I was hearing about tallow on Great British Bake Off. So yeah, I like British shows too. I like A British Man and British shows. Anyway, let's see. This is not where that would be. Let me find it. Because I just saw it. I know about where it is. Because my dad turned 80 not this January, but the one before. So I had pulled some pictures of him. That's not the old picture. We need the old picture. Where did I see that? Couldn't have been 21. Where is it? Lots of pictures of my cats, my crochet, my grandbabies. I know I have a whole bunch of pictures of my dad. I just can't find, old pictures of my dad. Any of you out there like Doctor Who? I made this Doctor Who scarf for him. It was 15 feet long, and I actually cut the number of rows in half. People are using it for their skin now too. The only thing I can eat is any kind of nuts. Oh, okay. Is that can't eat, Lisa? Tallow to make soaps. Interesting. Oh, Oh, is your tech acting up? Okay. That's fine. That's all right. I know Camille has tech problem. Let me see if I can find this picture of my dad. It's so 70s. Now, if I could make an amigurumi of this is so 70s. Not necessarily in this picture, but I very much look like my dad. Far more than my mom. It wasn't. No, it wasn't there. Ah, darn it. Where was it? And that's really funny. For some reason, I have an album cover with Simon and Garfunkel, also very 70s. Camille, if you liked Simon and Garfunkel, you could do something with that. How do you crochet the sound of silence? That's them, right? Fat absorbs into skin well because it is animal fat. Yeah. Yeah. Any kind of nuts. Yeah. So that includes coconuts, right? People stay off. Yeah, because you're ranting. Yeah. So is this correct that coconuts are nuts? And so that's also an allergy for people with nut allergies. Is that accurate? Now, does that include peanuts? Because peanuts are legumes and not nuts. Because I know random stuff. But many people are allergic to both tree nuts and legumes. Yeah, Bridget and Chuck. I forgot you made soap, Chuck. You make candles too, both of you, right? Where is this? Well, phooey. Okay, I think it was in this vicinity. Was it in this vicinity? So something I kind of touched on, I actually went back through based on Camille's suggestion. No, not coconuts. Okay. Peanuts. Okay. So peanuts and walnuts, pecans, all that kind of stuff. No, I didn't have coconuts. Okay. Okay. So I've heard some people that are allergic to the tree nuts, like almonds and pecans and walnuts and all that stuff, are not sure. Yeah. So you have a sensitivity then, Chuck. You have a sensitivity to nuts if you suddenly notice, like if you have a lot of them and you have a reaction. Sometimes that can turn into something more serious. So I would definitely be cautious. What was I going to say? There was something else here that I wanted to address. Oh, the coconuts, the nuts, nuts. So yeah, almonds and walnuts and pecans and all those. Oh, you don't make candles. Okay. So it was you make soap, not candles. Okay. I cannot find that picture of my dad that is the epitome of the 19th. Hey, if you want to see when I actually dyed my hair purple. Sorry, it's kind of bright. Hold on. That's when I dyed my hair purple. That's too dim. Sorry. Right there. That's probably good. That's when it was dyed purple instead of just my conditioner that's purple. But I missed a spot because I did it myself. Don't do that. Don't do it yourself if you're going to dye it. Missed a spot on the back of my head. It looked ridiculous. So I did that for my 50th birthday. You just saw me at my 50th birthday. Guess when my 50th birthday was? During the pandemic in 2020. So I didn't get to have a real birthday. I was robbed of my birthday party. I cannot find that now. Gosh darn it. I thought for sure. Was it? It's such a good 1970s picture. Maybe I have it in December. I don't know. I just saw something that Camille would add to her list of, I want to make that. So I'm not going to show it. Okay. Okay. Oh, shots. That's hard. To lots of things. Oh, it was Megan made candles. Chuck makes soap. Megan makes candles. That's what it was. Okay, come on. That's my, oh, that's it. This is my dad in the newspaper. That's actually my dad because he was on a hot air balloon crew that was like racing hot air balloons. That's my dad in the 1970s. I'm not sure if you agree with me, but to me, everything about that picture says the 1970s. But yeah, that was in the main, his name's not in that particular picture, but that's him. I think it's in the article that's attached and not necessarily in the picture, but yeah. 1970 vibes. That's not the one I was thinking of, but that one's good. Because I don't think I'm going to find the other one. Oh. What? We've probably talked about this. I know Chuck has dogs. What do you have other animals? I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. Camille has 2 cats and a bunch of chickens, right? Yes, Gallagher. Yes, in that picture, he 100% looks like Gallagher. Ooh, you could crochet a watermelon and a little Gallagher. That'd be hilarious. For those of you young, I don't know if there's anybody super young here that wouldn't know who Gallagher is. He was funny. He was very funny. I don't know. Lots of pictures of my fatty catty when he wasn't a fat cat. He was a little tiny guy. Oh my goodness. Can't quite. By the way, in the 2020 video, like the 2021, when I started crocheting was based on my pictures, February of 2021. During 2021, I crocheted 21 projects. There were 3 sweaters, all totally different. One that had cables. Okay. Okay, so that's our cultural. He was an American comedian. Very funny. He would smash watermelons. Okay, you don't know him either, Bridget. You might. How old are you, Bridget? You might be enough younger than me that's why you don't know him, but he looked just like my dad in that picture. But he's a comedian and he would smash watermelons. He was very funny, in my opinion. He wasn't super controversial. In the 70s, there were a lot of controversial comedians. I don't think he was super controversial. Where, again, American comedians in the 70s, there were a lot of very controversial people. Okay. I cannot find those other ones. March, it wouldn't be there. It should be. This is my Missy cat. Say hello, Missy. Say hello. Say hello. You say hello? She has been sitting on my lap lately, but not on my lap, on one leg. It's the weirdest thing. She sits on one leg. She just jumped down now, probably because I gave her too much attention. For those of you who came in late, this is a funny shirt too. It says, I will angle it right. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let my dumpster fire shine. Gonna let it shine. Smashing fruit. Oh, all kinds of fruit. Okay. 43. Yeah, see, Bridget, you might be just young enough that it makes sense that you wouldn't know. Probably in this group. Like if Genesis or Presley was with us, they're very young, but I think Genesis is young, right? I know Presley is young, and I know who's the other one. Oh my gosh, I feel bad. Who's the other one? There's another young one too, but they're usually only on the verticals. Yeah, no, it's there you go. There you go, Megan. Yes, I believe Ryan is younger than you. I think you're correct. All right. You guys can still hear me just fine, right? Nothing happened with my audio. Everything's good? Okay. Wanted to make sure it wasn't echoey or anything. Gosh darn it. I cannot find that. It was funny because crazy stuff about me. I went to, it's funny if you're not in the audience. Oh, Pow and Dino. Yes. Dino. Yes. Those folks, they're young ones. Yes. It's funny if you're not in the audience. Yes, Camille. It is actually, he was very funny. Like, is he? Oh, he'll be 40. Yeah, I think he might be. Is anybody younger than 40 that's in the chat or watching? My friend, my next door neighbor, Michelle, is older than my husband and I, so she's not the youngest. She's probably in bed by now. She's got to work tomorrow. Gosh darn it, it's got to be here somewhere. I surprised my dad for his 80th birthday, and that's when I thought I had those pictures from. Oh, what I was saying about the high school. So I went to the high school that my dad and my mom both went to. And my dad was he was 4 years older than my mom, and back then the American high schools were only 3 years long, so they were not in high school together, but they went to the same high school, and they met through mutual friends. I ended up going to high school there, and then I ended up teaching there for years, and they kept all the yearbooks of all the years of all the years. And the high school I went to was the oldest in Colorado. Not the building. The building wasn't the oldest, to clarify that. Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know. Well, you saw the one of him in the newspaper, and you definitely got 70s vibes, right? Because that was actually in the 70s when he was hot air ballooning. I am 54. I don't know if that puts that all in perspective. Oh, nice. Are you in a state where you can celebrate 420 properly? Just kidding. Oh, that's okay. Chuck, you're the same age as my neighbor, I believe. I think she's 62. I think that's right. She's either 62 or she's 61, but I think she's 62. But yes, I feel that. I bet you I would have felt 102 chasing the dog. If my dogs got out chasing a cat, because again, I do have 2 dogs. You have 2 dogs, is that right, Chuck? And I'm 20. Right. We're all 29 with lots of experience. That's it. We're all 29 with lots of experience. Well, if we're as old as we feel, I definitely feel older than I am. Unfortunately. What else was I going to say? Oh, I'm doing that project. So I did 21 projects, 3 sweaters, all completely different. That's the year I did the queen size blanket. Don't think I'm ever doing that again. Quilting, I think you could do that, from what I understand, but holy mackerel, crocheting a queen size blanket took forever. I'm so sorry. That was a lot of yarn. What else did I Oh, so, okay. Have to go all the way to Michigan. Okay. Looking in the mirror now. Oh. I literally forget to look at myself in the mirror. sometimes I sit down to record and I'm like, oh, I need to fix my hair. I literally don't look in the mirror, so I get that. And that's, yeah. And we like looking at you, Camille. We'll gawk at you. No, just kidding. On that, it wasn't actually a murder mystery last night. It was just a mystery. It was a stalker, and there were 9 suspects. We wanted the one that looked like a big jerk to be the guy that beat up the person that he was stalking, but it wasn't him. It was unfortunate. Yeah, right. See, that's the problem right there, Chuck. No matter how old I feel here, my body tells me otherwise. And Bridget, how much yarn and how long did that take you? What size yarn did you use? I used the same yarn I used for these. It was this mint color. You'll see it when I do that video. That'll be probably next week sometimes. Okay, Lisa, you're in your 70s. Okay, you're going to be 70 in July. Okay. So that's very nice. And I believe Linda, but Linda's already gone to bed. I believe is she 73? I think that's right. It was the queen size, and I used the Drunken Granny stitch or the Tipsy Granny stitch from Secret Yarnery. And it was this yarn right here, this mint yarn. I have almost maybe half a ball of this left, and I don't have any more left. They paid for materials and paid me for my time. That was a commission job. But if you're doing it for yourself, it is different, because I would have probably taken more time and been less stressed about it. There would have been the 4 on either. Wow. Okay. California. Woof. Yeah, I can't imagine. Oh, that's interesting. I noticed the other day that my hands are showing their age a little more than they used to. Because manicurists used to tell me, oh, I wish my hands looked as young. MDL 102, yeah. 102. I think he feels that MDL. No, MDL is 29, right? We are all 29. Some of us have more experience at being 29. That's Sam. Sam said that. I didn't say that, Michael. Sam said that Michael's 102. And I was going to say maybe you feel that way sometimes when your body is rebelling and being mean. We were talking about how old everybody was. Oh, one of those granny square. Okay. That's funny. But yes, you step away to get food, and then Sam says you're 102. I said some days I feel 102. And Camille says everybody's 29. And I said, we're all 29. And some of us have more experience at being 29. 47. Okay. Feel 102. See, and that's what I was thinking because of things you've said before that you probably feel like you're 102. I have days. I absolutely feel significant. I'm 54, just to put that all in, since you missed that part of the conversation. So, and Camille, I think is 52. Is that right, Camille? No, 29. Sorry. Camille is 29. And then I was mentioning pets. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. The 2 dogs are really my 17-year-old stepdaughter's pets. The cats are pretty much my pets. And my daughter has a red-eared slider. My oldest daughter, she's had that. She's about to turn 30. She's had the red-eared slider since, which is a turtle that lives in a tank and just comes up on her little deck when she wants the heat lamp. So, anyway, so the turtle, the reason my daughter I got the age right. My daughter wanted a turtle because prior to that, they had a hedgehog at their dad's. The hedgehogs don't live very long. I don't even know that you're supposed to have hedgehogs as pets. I don't know. Anyway, they had a hedgehog. It didn't live very long. We had lost couple cats, and she was like, I can't deal with that. So she chose a pet that would potentially outlive her. So again, the red-eared slider got her. My daughter's almost 30. She got that red-eared slider at age 12, maybe age 13. I bet 12 though. So yeah. Oh, you go for the younger men there, do you, Sam? Go for the really young ones. uh, anyway, long since went. Yeah, that's funny, Chuck. I definitely went through phases. Yeah, been there, but yeah. But again, I did meet my husband on Plenty of Fish, and I had to throw a lot of fish back because no, it's not a cuddly pet, is it, Megan? At all. And the funny thing about that turtle, she had been calling that turtle Mr. Turtle because of was Mr. Turtle. Mr. Turtle was on that show, My Name is Earl, I believe. Anyway, so yeah. And then she found out that turtle is a girl. So she changed the turtle's name to Pascal because she loves the movie Tangled. Even though the chameleon's actually a boy, Pascal's a somewhat neutral name. It's more neutral than Mr. Turtle, right? So the turtle, but she got the turtle because the turtle would live a long time. Not a cuddly pet though. And also her husband is pretty allergic to cats, but really likes cats. So they're probably going to end up with a Sphinx cat because my granddaughter loves cats and my grandson really loves cats too. They're 3 and just turned 3 last month. So you never know, Chuck. Maybe the young one is the right one there. I would get a third cat. Yeah. Yeah. I relate to that, Sam, so much. There's time. I had a friend that was like having to rehome a cat, and I'm like, we could have 3 cats. That's before we had any dogs. Now that there's 2 dogs in the house, I'm like, no way am I bringing another cat in the house, even though the dog's basically not our responsibility. Technically, right now, the dog is our responsibility because both stepdaughters, it's a whole thing. They're at their mom's because the 17-year-old goes to a school in a different district than the 14-year-old, so they have different spring breaks. It's a whole thing, but that's neither here. To fully clarify, between my husband and I, we have 5 daughters. 5 daughters, all girls. And then we have 1 granddaughter. That's my oldest daughter had a girl first, and then she had a boy. But in between there, his oldest daughter, who's right between my daughter's ages, had a son. So that was the first boy in the family, born into the family. And then my daughter had a son. So I have 1 granddaughter and 2 grandsons, but 5 girls between us. But yeah, there's a big age gap between his oldest, all the same marriage. He's only been married 1 time before. I've only been married 1 time before. But yeah, there was just a big age gap between his oldest and then the 2 young ones. It's kind of interesting, but yes, I know some people feel that way. I would say that, you just got to find the right one. I did have to throw a lot of fish back. I'm not going to lie. I did have to throw a lot of fish back, and I have some really questionable dating stories. I told my husband he needs to come on and tell the really ridiculous dating story because I actually about 6 months, is that right? About 6 months before I met him, I met somebody with the same name and also from Belfast. here in Colorado. Like, what are the chances? Crazy. They're not the same people. And the other one, but I want him to tell the story so he can do it in the accent, because that guy had a really strong accent. My husband got rid of his accent, but he can pull it on when he needs to. One of 5 daughters, yeah. And your dad was the only boy. Male out of 6 kids. They had 5. Oh my gosh. And together, well, yeah, because it's determined by the male's genes. That's interesting. Interesting. I heard about a family. I don't know them personally. So I heard about a family that kept trying to have a boy. And by continuing to try to have a boy, they had 13 girls. So I can't even imagine. But yeah, that is really interesting. It does show that it's the dad's genetics that kind of ultimately determine that. But I wonder how your mom felt about that. I wonder if that was really strange for her. That experience of, you've only been around sisters, and now all of a sudden you have a son, and only sons then on top of it. That must have been really interesting for her. What an interesting experience. I wonder. Yeah. Yes, I am hitting my wall, I can tell. My eyes aren't drooping though, so that's good. At least it's not migraine, it's just tired. Good night, Chuck. There is, like I said, my videos the next 2 days are pretty short, but they are uploaded and they will post at 6 a.m. my time, 7 a.m. your time, 6 a.m. Mountain time. Sorry. Another interesting. Double my dad. I'm like, oh, that's wild. Oh, that's really wild. See, those are more fun facts than I have. Some questionable history in my family. My mini greats. I don't remember how many greats. I want to say 4 great grandfather on my dad's side. Came over on a prison boat because he stole a suit. That's how he ended up in America, from Wales. So yeah, that's my family history. So Sam, I think it's interesting because sometimes, so my daughters, and my sister and myself, there were times that we fought, and there were brief times that my daughters fought, but me and my sister, and again, there's only 2, so it's a different world. Me and my sister are so different from one another. We didn't have the same taste in clothes. We did not have the same taste in boys. We didn't have to, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Chuck. So we never had conflict like that. And we were so different that we just mostly got along most of our life. We weren't always close all of our life, but we got along. And my daughters are very close to one another, and they are entirely different than one another. Like, everything about them is different. Yeah. And Michael, I think that's normal, brothers fighting it. And I think now my daughters would wrestle each other. So they didn't hit each other, but they would wrestle each other. Sort of wrestle. They wouldn't like take each other down to the ground. So I don't really know that you can call it wrestling, but that's the closest thing I can call it. But I think it's somewhat normal. But yeah, had there been more of them? Well, again, my husband, he has the 3 girls, but the one is so much older. And then the 2 youngest, now they're very different, but they're different in ways that makes them not very close to each other. They get along. They don't really fight per se or anything, but they're, yeah. I'd say with her dad who was reading. That's funny, Sam. I don't know. I'm just hiding. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't, even though there's 3 of them, they're so far apart. It's really like just the younger 2. And man, they're different. Like I said, they're different. So different in different ways than my sister and myself. We're super, super close, right? Now as adults. And then my daughters have always been super close. They're very different than one another, but it's not to say they never fought. I'm not going to say that, but I wonder how many, every child of the same gender that you, sorry, not gender, sex, right? That would be the correct word. If they're the same, if that creates more conflict, if there's more of them. Like, yeah. What do you call my husband and I's group? A group of 5 girls. We're not the Brady Bunch, right? Because that was 3 boys and 3 girls. We're just all girls over here. Yeah. The Sam is funny. That is like, that 100% sounds like what my grandpa would say, my mom's dad. He was funny like that. Oh man, I hope they had more than one restroom, because that's when that's brutal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 bathrooms in this house, and there have been moments all 4 bathrooms have been used at the same time. So yes, 5 girls. I hope they had lots of bathrooms, at least 3. Hopefully 4 or 5. Anyway. Yeah. I am really tired. I can tell I am blitzed. So I am going to go ahead and go. I really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun, as we do. And we had our after dark part of the times, and hopefully whatever's going on with my crown is fixed tomorrow. That is the hope. And I will let my dumpster fire shine, because, that's how it is. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you all later, and see you on the other side. And I will restream. I always have to find where to end it. I'm not going to say 72 times, just one more time. Goodbye. Thanks for coming in.